The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present Horror on the Orient Express, a luxury campaign spanning the European continent, with David Larkins as the keeper of arcane lore.
Well, here's a little thing with her. Yeah, anyway. Oh, that game is just
That's awesome.
crazy. We actually have kind of some, like, I'm thinking of my game for, like, the mini chronicle I'm going to make for you guys.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be really, really cool, more than likely set in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And then, but then we have a Hunter Saga that we're going to create, which is like a spin-off of Neon Masquerade, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be really, really interesting.
Wouldn't it be something to go back to San Francisco in like the 40s and 50s?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. No. Really, really nutty.
Like those old Hitchcock movies that were set?
Oh, I love that.
So beautiful.
No, it's like I'd be watching those movies while living there and just be like,
Oh, yeah.
ultimate saturation. You just drive around and, amazing.
I was there one time. I've been there.
It's really amazing. Just like LA. Anyway,
West Coast, baby.
West Coast.
That's right.
Best Coast.
It's true. Chicago's dying.
Mm.
Sad.
That's too bad.
Well, LA is shriveling up, but
Yeah.
still. The memories are still alive, I think.
Yeah.
Not-
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So are you checking everything
What are
to
you
see,
doing?
like...
Yep,
Sound
I think
leveling?
we're good.
While we're,
Levels?
We're good.
while
Yep.
you're making everything level, should we do our experience checks and our luck rolls?
Why don't you? Yeah.
I don't have any.
Get into that.
Max!
Am I the only one with any
It's
experience
Max.
checks?
No, I have some.
Okay.
I have a spot hidden.
How is that possible?
What?
Max doesn't have any.
Max did
You
get
know
dragged
what?
onto the train. And,
I kind of caused a whole lot of trouble, and I
Okay.
failed repeatedly.
That's true.
Oh, but you know, you're right. I did
I'm-
make one. I made
yeah.
Brawl. I was so into it
Right.
at that time. I was so.
Yeah. Well, now I'm worried. Like, I've forgotten everything that's
And I
happened.
failed. It didn't matter anyway.
nice, my dog goes up by 9.
What? Whoa.
Oh yeah.
That is sweet.
Oh. Oh, yeah. So how much does it...
D10 if you make it.
Okay. Oh, womp womp. All right. My 80. My spot hidden's 80 now. Just taking all those pictures. Probably getting my... I'm able to detect little details. I might get to the point where I have to look through my camera to to be able to, like,
To see
Oh.
see what's really
That'd be
happening.
good insanity.
That's
Remember
awesome.
Yeah. All right.
That's really good.
I can't believe you said Karen's name.
I did it.
that. Worlds are
It
colliding.
just feels like, yeah, world's colliding. It just
Oh, I
feels
know.
like,
George is, collapsing. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good because
I'm listening. What did I
it's just
say?
kind of, it's this weird validating thing. Like, it actually exists
It does
outside of
exist.
me talking with.
Yep.
It's very
I
much
sit in my office at work and I listen to you two.
packed like a couple of
It's
jackets.
sweet. It makes work seem less like work if you two are there with me.
Oh, that's so cool. Plus, it just ridiculous the kind of stuff that happens.
At work? Like,
Both.
Yeah.
Well,
At work and in the vampire game. God, okay, we gotta cut all of that out.
Yeah,
No.
focus. Come on, focus.
What? Why do we gotta cut it out? It's all right.
All right, so I rolled one check, which is really depressing.
So, I
and
can call you Dottie, right? Your name's Dottie?
yeah, Dottie.
oh,
And,
and how does luck work? We just try to,
Try to roll over it.
okay.
If you do, you get 1d10 plus 5 back.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's written right there. One D. Okay. I did notes.
Perfect. Generous and tasty.
Yeah, we deserve it.
So good.
Alright, everything needs to roll above my luck.
Oh, we need to roll above?
Yeah.
Oh, then I did make it. That was silly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, sweet. 15 back.
whoa,
It was,
nice.
it was
15.
teetering on the 2, and then right back on there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
15.
1d10 plus 5.
1d10 plus. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Oh shit!
What?
Me too.
Nice.
Dude, we're saner than ever.
Oh yeah.
Well, luckier than ever.
Luckier.
That's luck, right? You're not doing sanity?
No, she's
No.
good luck.
Okay.
I'm doing
All right.
luck, don't worry. I'll catch up. Okay. I got my eye on you.
Not here to hand out 15 sanity.
Alright. But sanity remains the same.
Sanity, yeah, it remains the same unless he gives us an award at the end of a session.
Right, that's right. Thank you.
Save the planet.
Thanks for reminding. Yeah, which we won't.
Well, we might not save the planet, we might save ourselves and one other person. It's an extra D6.
One other person. Oh, so for the amount of people you save, you get, or is it from your party or is it from?
No, it's always random.
Oh,
Usually, if you save someone else, you get extra because
sweet stuff.
Or shut down a Fez cult, for example. But,
Sure, good.
you know.
that's
Disgusting.
Oh, roll above deep. Oh, I wrote it right there. Okay, I will remember the next time for sure.
Distracted doing my Karen talk.
You did. I was completely derailed. Some part of me is like, yes, fucking blood bonds. All right, so
Is the music too loud? Is
it's
that-
fine.
No, it's
good.
It's perfectly eerie and creepy.
Good.
it's lovely for the intro.
Yeah. So where are we? Like,
All right, yeah.
just,
Let's ground ourselves.
yeah,
Let's see, we just did the Doom train.
yeah.
So are we still in London or do we get to Paris?
We kind of left off with you guys boarding the plane, I think.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right.
More or less. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little worse for wear.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a skosh.
Which one of your characters would be most likely to buy a traveling guide, like a tourist guide, for the Orient Express?
I would.
Okay. You are in charge.
No, I don't want. No, it's too much of it.
Damn it, Jade.
Shit, I know.
Right?
She likes the.
She likes that
She
stuff.
likes this stuff. Travel guides, and I might bequeath it to.
Yeah.
Padma.
I might bequeath it to Jade. To Padma, because she, she's. But she probably knows all of this inside and out in her head.
That's right.
You know, she doesn't have
That
a
could
need
be,
for a
yeah.
travel book. Damn it! Why did I?
Yeah,
say-
that was a real American move of you to buy a travel guide. So
Well, that's
well
what
played.
I'm trying to play.
yeah.
Well, okay. I should be looking in here and.
Oh, I mean, not necessarily.
London.
Just
Okay.
for you.
So we are going to Paris. Okay.
We have
So-
our tickets, right?
Yeah. So are
Yes,
we?
that
So are
we
we
do.
just like? Are we in the plane? Have we landed yet? What are we doing?
Well, yes. As you're flying over the channel,
Oh, so
yeah,
we're
you got your
starting.
tickets.
What day? What year? What
Yeah, we'll get into it here. All right, so, oh, well, first of all, I just wanted to collect some general thoughts on the flashback
yes.
episode, whether that you feel like,
Business.
because there are a couple more opportunities for flashbacks coming up later. So, is that something that you guys feel was a worthwhile exercise, or was it too distracting from the main narrative, or what?
I think it may become worthwhile later as we play.
Mm-hmm.
We might draw on that knowledge maybe.
Okay.
But if we could somehow keep it to one session rather than...
That's what I was hoping to do, but it was like a 60-page scenario.
Right.
I thought it was going to be this like one session wonder, you know.
Yeah.
So I think in the future I'll make sure a little further out that it's not as lengthy, and if it is, I'll cut it back.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
it's
was
hard
long.
to-
I think it created a diversion in that way.
Yeah. So if we can keep it to one session, you guys are okay
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
And even if there's maybe a little mini roundup, like if it's like a little long, if there's a mini roundup at the next session,
Yeah.
that's all, but not like 3 sessions. It was 3 sessions?
No, it's two.
Felt like 3.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you mess with Fezes.
mess with the
Fezes.
Don't mess with the Fez. Yeah.
No.
All right, so we're back in the main narrative
No, but
now.
overall, like, I mean, what did you think of it?
I thought it went well. I think it ended in a way I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It just...
at first I wasn't sure how to feel about that, but then I realized it's actually created an interesting dramatic counterpoint.
Excellent.
Yes, because in this flashback you have this other party of investigators basically embarking on a very similar task to what you all are doing
Right.
in 1923. and they failed.
Yes, they did.
So it's setting that up as like, well, now can these guys do better?
Ah,
You know.
Exactly.
that's
So.
cool. Yeah.
That's a good way to spin it.
But at the same time, I'll say in these flashback scenarios, go for broke. If it's a TPK, who cares? You know.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
the way I was feeling, really loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can spend this gal.
A little too loose, maybe.
Jen's still the only character that kicked it.
We all picked it. We all
Yeah.
disappeared.
They got all the way to Constantinople and then ran away.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
It was really awesome.
The Fez was really.
The Fez was fucking with them, so
Yeah.
they just didn't know who to trust by that point because there'd been
Yeah,
about
we're
I don't know
so
5 double crosses up to that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is a fine line.
Yeah, we did. We did. I agree. Yeah, then we maybe would have liked. Yeah, I think it was the way. Honestly, I think it's the way the adventure was designed.
I
think
agree.
it was too much double crossing.
I agree.
No, you couldn't trust a single goddamn
Anyone.
person. Which I get it. It's horror. But come on, like.
So technically, the professor and the captain were the only survivors because they were taken off the train to give their report to the authorities because they were a murderer and an accessory to a murder. So
Yeah.
Wait, are you remembering this now?
That violent gunshot.
yes, there was a shotgunning.
Yes, in close quarters.
Yes, through a door.
Yeah.
Yep. Yippers.
So I'm still alive.
Yeah, technically.
You are, and you don't have an illegitimate son bothering your character anymore, so
Yeah.
that's also a bonus.
Things are looking up.
Eating the paternity wrap.
Yeah.
That's right.
One less illegitimate person to worry about. Anyway. Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think Renee's suggestions are well taken.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it's a good point.
I agree.
Hey. All right.
Okay, so back to it then.
So are we in the plane? Have we landed in Paris?
Right. So the year is 1923.
Okay.
It is Monday the 8th.
Okay.
Oh, January?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And you have boarded plane for Le Bourget Airfield in Paris. It is a large triplane
Yeah.
converted
wow.
from a World War I era bomber design. And you're 4 of 8 passengers total.
Oh, our fellow passengers.
Yeah, who's the best?
Your fellow
Randos.
passengers are basically
Do they have descriptions?
I did have a description here.
Ah.
Let me go back and get that open again. Yes, dog,
Is
yes.
that our dog?
No. The neighborhood dogs have been going very crazy lately.
We don't know why.
So we feel like some evil presence has moved in somewhere on the block.
Like right there.
Right next
Right
door.
there.
She seemed nice enough.
Yeah, at first.
No, they've been going nuts for a couple weeks, so.
They're new neighbors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just.
No. The regular neighborhood dogs have been going crazy for the past couple weeks.
Yeah, but we have new
This
neighbors.
is what we're thinking. Even though they started weeks before.
Yes.
Right.
Well, that
Yes.
just points to more occultism, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the
They
cults.
could tell.
We'll see.
Yeah.
There's
there's-
a lot of cults.
So many cults.
Oh my god. You make Tess Dixon? I don't want to talk about it right
No,
now.
you don't.
Stay on the main road.
Yeah.
They definitely stay on the main roads.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I've never been so scared in my life.
Oh.
Jen.
Oh, there's a bridge there that's named for a family friend who was murdered.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
New
New
Mexico.
Mexico.
But we're in Paris.
Right. No, we're on the plane.
We're on the plane.
In our wicker chairs.
Yes, in your unsecured wicker chairs.
Yeah.
Benches.
All right.
Sitting all over.
Should we like roll like some type of thing for motion sickness?
No seatbelts yet.
Well, since you suggested it, I'm normally not the sort to ask for that kind of thing. But why don't you make
I
a
think
con
it's pretty
roll?
harrowing, actually.
Well, especially in January. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. What are you rolling against?
Oh,
Constitution.
I'm a little green behind the heels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not good. Not having that cocktail
all right,
after
I'm spending 3.
You're spending luck.
Exactly.
Huh?
I've made it exact. I made 63. I was spending luck on it.
That's her character.
It's my character.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine.
I mean,
that just
I've
gives.
been up and flying
I'm just saying that gives me luck.
I don't care.
All right.
I don't care about YOLO.
Can't worry about that kind of thing.
No, exactly. But I've been up and flying things. I would look like a punk if I wasn't able to handle, like, spinning around and something flying.
Spinning around. Well, nobody fumbled.
Yeah.
That's
no,
good.
I not fumbled.
Just need to close my eyes and take a few deep breaths.
Yeah, so like half of you spend the flight, you know, with your kerchiefs over your eyes,
Yeah.
lying back in your
Oh
chair.
my god.
I was
Yeah.
hoping to make some connections, but that ain't happening.
Nope.
No, just full on Indiana Jones. How did guys?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh man.
As the suspicious Teutonic man over in
Wait,
the
what?
corner lowers
Is there
his
one?
newspaper. No.
Like,
Wait, is
that
there
sounds
one?
familiar.
You know this is the 20s. It's oh. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. I
Okay,
think I
still?
got a drop right there.
Okay.
Drop it.
Oh, more than a drop.
Here
Oh,
you go.
man. Sorry. Not gonna go when I'm holding.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
All right. Okay. That's why I put the shell on it.
Alright.
So.
I'm just pulling up the passenger manifest here.
Maybe you'll notice somebody.
There we go. Okay. Got it. Okay. So your captain today is James Crichton Smythe.
James Crichton Smith.
Yep. Co-pilot Peter Fincham, both ex-Royal Flying Corps. Seem perfectly nice gentleman. Norman Villiers, an American, is the flight engineer.
Oh, cool.
Alright.
Then you've got gentleman with a Russian last name who nonetheless speaks with a British accent.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And he goes by the name of Karakov.
All right.
An American businessman named Aaron Jakes. British chemist by the name of Dr. Thomas Potter.
So the American is a what?
Businessman.
Businessman? And then the British chemist?
British chemist.
Okay. What's his name again?
Dr. Thomas Potter.
Alright.
And,
Are there any other women on board?
Well, Max is wondering why there are no women on board.
well, there's actually a bright young thing named Letitia Templeton.
Where's she from?
She's British.
Okay. What does she do?
Spends her dad's money.
She's beautiful.
She's a dilettante.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, what's she look like?
I.e., what's her app?
What's her app?
That's our third slogan.
Context, yeah.
Let's jump through portals and what's her app?
And what's her app?
Oh, my word.
Yes, we need to draft some new logos, I think.
Yeah.
So, her app is 70.
Nice.
Alright. Mine's 70.
So's mine. Really?
Yeah. Me,
that's nice.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
good looking ladies.
sure. Yeah.
45.
80.
Oh! She's a movie star.
Yeah, exactly. What can I say?
It's too big. I was born with it. What?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're on this plane with these
Mhm.
folks and we're flying along,
Yep.
going to France.
Yep.
Are we in France yet?
Well, I mean, you guys were interested in who's on the plane, so
That's true.
is there anything you want to do about that?
How long is the flight? Like 30 minutes?
Let's see. The flight
Can't be that long.
No.
is not
Yeah.
that long.
The engines aren't as powerful.
Max speed on this thing is not huge.
10 miles per hour.
It's like either 80 or knots, I think.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So we fly a kite faster.
Yeah.
Swim fast.
Exactly.
Should have just gone with a hot air balloon.
We could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, a hot air balloon in January. That's an excellent idea.
We go super
I know.
high.
You'd be above the clouds.
You'd be up in a way in your beautiful
About to
balloon.
say
Oh,
that.
good. Anyway,
Oh, gee.
the gods are angry at that joke.
Mm.
Sounds like that.
Yes.
All right.
They should be.
Let's see here. The length of the flight is what you want to know.
Well, just the general concept of how long we have to chat up these
Yeah.
lovely people.
Exactly.
Sure.
Unless they're gonna be, are they gonna be on the trip with us? So who are we sitting by? Like, I mean, I'm probably sitting by Vance because
Yeah.
you know,
Well, sure.
I'm
Y'all are gorgeous together.
covering his well that and also
Oh yeah, good
covering
job.
his adventures in leisure, which I will write another article.
Very
I didn't write an article last time. I couldn't. Remember you
It was a
were-
flashback anyway, right? Or
Well, no.
Well, there's that. But the Doom Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing good to say about
There was
that.
nothing good to say, but you were gonna do like a subset. I know you've been busy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these days, a non-stop flight is an hour 10 minutes. I'd say.
Well, I just
Yeah.
plugged in the numbers and it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
There you go.
Almost done.
Good job. Yeah. All right then. Well,
That's enough time to chat.
that's definitely enough time to chat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
even if we're like, seasick though?
Well-
I'm fine. My phone's fine.
Oh yeah, no, I'm taking a nap.
Okay.
Lady Cynthia failed by 6.
Ooh.
So is Dottie the only one who made it?
Yeah.
Well, like
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
She's
I'm good.
she's had experience.
Yeah, I have.
Turbulence?
Yeah, a little bit.
Rougher turbulence than
A
this.
little bit.
I didn't mean to kill anybody.
No. So anyway,
Yeah, so
so.
it's up to
Anyway.
you, because the rest of us
Oh
are
yeah.
working.
So who are we sitting near? So I'm thinking you guys are near windows, just so you maybe feel. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm just anxiously awaiting the day that we invent air sick bags.
Maybe you are doing it right now.
Innovator.
Pardon me, man. What are your beliefs?
So it's not so much who are you sitting by because it's just two rows of seats.
There's
So
only 8
it's-
of us.
Oh.
Who's sitting in front of you and who's sitting behind
So
you,
who's
really?
sitting behind me?
Well, do you want to sit in front of or behind Vance?
E6.
Oh.
Or behind Vance.
Or
What's
across
it
the
next
aisle.
to Vance?
Across the
Or
aisle.
across the aisle?
We're across the aisle.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You couldn't take pictures in the plane, right?
It's too
'Cause
dark.
it'd be
It's
shaky
kind of dark and
yeah.
shaky and
Yeah.
no. Plus,
Oh, okay.
he doesn't look at his best, so I
Right.
don't want to capture
That's
that
right.
that
It's not
image.
fair.
Very much appreciate that.
But I'm taking a mental picture.
Well,
so.
of course. Expect nothing less.
So basically, so is like the Russian guy behind me or in front of me, or
The Russian guy, yeah.
is
Yeah.
he in any way wanting to talk?
He's more or less keeping to himself.
Good.
Yeah.
Tap him on the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Is he in front of me or behind me?
He's in front of you.
Oh.
Ew, excuse me.
Okay.
Goodness.
Give me a tissue.
No, I'm good, thank you.
So, hi.
Oh, yes, hello.
Hi. Are you going on? Where are you traveling to from here?
Oh, yes, well, I'm just, I'm on my way back.
I'm a little bored because my
No, of
other
course.
people
Of course.
in my group are not feeling too well.
Yes, I'm,
Yeah. Do you have a mint?
I'm on my way to Paris to catch the Orient Express.
Oh, so are we. So are we.
Oh, very good.
Yes, yes.
How far are you taking it?
Oh, all the way, I think, to Constantinople.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you have first aid or anything?
Everyone's got 30.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have
Oh,
something.
yeah, I do have 30.
Okay,
So,
you can make a first aid roll.
No.
Okay.
He is in perfect health.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah, it looks great. Never looked better.
Um,
Looks just like your dad, right before the heart attack.
Oh my god, don't forget about go Henry's heart attack. Alright, so, yeah, like, okay. So, yeah, so have you been on planes before?
Oh, yes, a few times. Travel is a big part of what I do.
Oh, what do you do?
Oh, well, I work with governments to address their needs.
Huh. So you're like a contractor.
Well, you're a reporter, so why don't you make a education roll?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, I make it.
All right, so Karakov, it clicks. Yeah, Dave, you can grab that. That's just a cross section of the plane.
For a second, I think AC was acting up.
It's gonna explode Oh no, we're gonna crash.
Yeah.
So you're in the fuselage there. It's actually an open cockpit
Wow.
for the pilots.
That's got to be cold.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're in like full.
Bundled up, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And even you guys, I mean, these are unpressurized cabins, so you guys are wearing coats, mittens, scarves, mufflers.
So
I've decided I'm going to view everything happening in this campaign as if it's drawn by Hergé for a Tintin comic, you know. So
even the scary, creepy shit.
All right.
Even the
you don't know Tintin?
I know who Tintin is, but nothing beyond that.
Oh, you got to read them.
yeah, it's
Yes.
fun.
I'm familiar with Tintin fan art.
Oh, please, no.
No.
Oh yes.
Go to the
Just
source.
last night.
Rule 34.
Oh no.
The captain's red.
What's that?
No Volturi gunners yet.
Childhood.
Big Santa rolls just for
funny,
that. Yeah, but the
Sorry, I brought it up.
Yeah.
All right, so. Anyway,
all right.
So you know by rolling
this
that.
is sounding familiar.
the name clicks when he says he works with governments. Karakov is one of the most successful arms dealers in the world. You read a piece in the New Yorker, assuming it exists at this point. I believe it does.
Or the equivalent.
Or the equivalent.
Thank you, Renae.
Well done.
Or the equivalent.
Good save.
That said he basically earned £1 sterling for every death in the Great War.
So he's loaded.
Jesus Christ. And has no.
Doesn't.
No moral
Compunction.
compunction about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those guys do really well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, he sells to all sides.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Oh well. Where are you stopping on the?
well, I'm taking it south for a ways, and then taking a side route to Monte Carlo.
Oh wow. So for pleasure.
Oh no, I have a villa there.
Oh wow, that must be amazing.
Yes, it's good. It's very nice this time of year, as you can well imagine, I'm sure.
So
You can't imagine.
Roll your imagination skill.
okay, wow, that sounds amazing. That sounds just fantastic. So you're taking a long vacation after a vacation after a lot of business transactions?
Yes. It's about time I settled down a bit, I think.
Wow. So is he handsome in any way?
That is the most irrelevant question I've ever heard anyone
What's the
ask.
So is the murderous amoral arms dealer handsome in any way?
like a Nick Cage handsome, or like
Right, because I'm thinking
Jared Leto handsome?
Lord of War.
Wait, which one's worse?
Yeah.
I don't know which one's worse. No,
He
no.
he is actually app 85.
Oh, he's better looking at this
The next time he goes to the lavatory, just follow him and cut him a little bit. Yeah. Get the old straight razor out.
Oh shit! I'm wondering like how is he? But he's very reserved. Very reserved.
Well, he's a man of good breeding.
And I'm a woman of horrible breeding.
He's got a Oxbridge accent, basically.
Wow.
My God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
money. That's just money.
I'm
That's
gonna leave him to it then, and just be like, well, thank you for sound like feeling very self-conscious. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me, and I hope you have a trip to maybe we'll see you on the train.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
So he goes back to his newspaper.
All right.
Yeah.
Who's behind me?
Behind you. Let's see. So Vance Ficherson's across from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Thomas Potter.
Great.
Money.
Who is that?
The British chemist?
Letitia.
Or Letitia? Yeah, let's just see.
Letitia.
Letitia.
Ishtemon. That's good. I like that.
That's good.
I'm gonna use that if I go mad.
Yeah.
Tish the dish.
Let's see. Where was that? I've lost it.
Oh my goodness, sweetie.
I know.
It's okay, it gives me time to write down that Kharkov has an app of 85.
I know, I'm
Oh,
still
yeah.
reeling from that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Are you
kidding me?
Size.
I know, that's why I'm just like, does he
What
like
do you do? How do you get into
Is
this?
he interested? I know.
He's king shit of fuck mountain is what he is.
God damn.
But he
And he's got a strength of 60 and a size of 70, so he's well built on top of everything else.
Wow.
Damn.
Drop the plane.
So, David,
Mm-hmm.
are you, like, I'm having a hard time understanding if, am I,
We're overexcited
like,
now.
yeah.
I know.
Okay.
This is champagne wishes and caviar dreams is what did it.
Oh my
Thanks, Jen.
god.
So.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you did that. You didn't even realize you did it.
Well, no, the chocolate too would be the worst.
There's chocolate in the cookie.
Oh, there is chocolate, which I've had too. Okay, so behind me.
This session is over.
So, Larkin,
Yes.
who's sitting behind me?
The person sitting behind you is the chemist.
Oh,
Yeah,
so I'll turn around and be like, hello.
Yep.
Hi.
Wow.
Hi.
American accent.
Hello. Yes. I'm fine, thank you.
How are you handling this flight? My friends aren't.
Oh, not feeling too well. I
Oh,
must
I'm
say.
so sorry to hear that.
Yes.
All right, well, I'll leave you to it. I don't want to agitate you needlessly.
Certainly. Do you? Okay, actually, make a spot hidden roll.
Oh, already.
I'm rolling shit with these dice. I'm gonna spend. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No.
Yep.
No, wait. I am spending it.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
spending 18.
Oh. She's bored.
Oh my god. Well, hopefully at some point I won't have the least luck out of all of us.
Yeah. About that, dude.
Yeah.
You know, actually, I'm at right back at the point where I was like a while back. So
That's
I'm
true.
okay.
All right.
So I don't care, and I know I gave you 18 points of luck.
21 now.
21.
Yep.
So I make my spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Hey.
You kind of note that he appears to be wearing a wig
Oh my god.
and a false
Okay.
nose.
And a false nose.
Whoa.
A toupee, like
No, like a wig,
Like a full wig.
like a wig
And a false nose.
and a false nose.
Oh, he's interesting.
Oh, this is interesting for the Google fans out there.
that's tripping me out a little bit. That's freaking me out.
That's the only reason we do this is for all the Google
I
fans.
can't stand this. I can't stand this. So Vance.
Yes.
Yeah, just lifting the hat up. What?
I'm gonna lean over and be like, you have to check out the guy behind me. He's wearing a little bit of false nose. It's weird. It's
I can
weird.
hear you.
No, but
You have to
like,
talk
I do
over the
very-
noise of the
yeah, I
plane.
do very surreptitiously, like right in
Well,
his ear.
you'd probably have to stand up and
Yeah,
lean
so I'm
over.
gonna do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay.
So anyway,
Alright, so I'll, there's not enough room for me just to like turn around and shake his hand. I'd actually have to get up and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll just I'll
Pretend you're
turn around.
stretching.
I'll just sort of turn around and look back and look forward like I'm just sort of waking up and seeing
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in the plane with me.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a guy sitting there. The Letitia Templeton is sitting behind you, and so she gives you this like big grin when you turn around because she kind of thinks you're turning around to talk to her.
Just one moment. And so yeah, he's wearing a wig and has a false nose.
Yep.
Okay.
so I'm looking at like,
Crazy.
Yeah, it's not very well done. Like the nose is a slightly
it's like a
different
different
hue
color?
from his skin.
okay.
Yeah.
oh.
Clouseau.
Yes.
So I just wanted to make sure, like, that's weird. Like, that's. Okay. So I just, like, so that's all, like, nonverbal, just
He
like.
shrugs.
What?
Did you say his
Shrugs.
occupation? Like it's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
I guess
So,
Oh
work
wow.
accident or
He
something.
could use a better special effects makeup artist.
no, anyway, alright, baby, whatever. I just.
Probably no Max Factor personally at this
That's
point.
true. So, anyway,
In
alright.
any case, I'll turn around and introduce myself to the rather fetching young lady behind me. That's
Yes.
Victorson, how are you?
Oh, hello. Letitia Templeton, charmed.
Indeed, that's my line.
Uh oh.
I thought you looked familiar. I don't get to the pictures very often, but I'm sure I've seen one of yours.
Oh, well, you flatter me. And what will you be up to in Paris?
Just going there for the season.
Ah,
I find London to be perfectly dreadful in late winter time.
It's true.
yes. Quite. Can't blame you there.
Yes, I have a little place on the left bank.
On the left bank.
Yes.
the best bank, I'm assuming.
Oh, you don't know Paris?
It's been a little while since I've been there. The last time was during the war.
Oh, I see. I didn't know you served.
Oh, yes. Yes, and...
Did I ever?
yes.
Wow.
Sorry,
that far
So as you're having this conversation, your man in the Clouseau-esque disguise is sort of messing with his briefcase.
His nose.
Yeah.
I was like adjusting his weight.
Yeah, actually, when he lifts the lid on the briefcase, it's so cramped that it clips the nose and turns it up a little bit. You know?
Oh no!
It's like you've got something
Yeah.
there.
The putty is
The putty didn't
God.
set.
It's a skew.
He probably feels a draft, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So what's it crammed full of?
You can make a spot hidden roll.
Oh. My brand new 78% in spot hidden.
Woohoo.
There you go.
Yeah, I make it. It's hard.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's it looks to be a medical valise, and you spot a syringe and a vial of something.
Oh, no.
Oh my.
Oh, my.
And so he closes it but doesn't lock it, and then starts to stand up and sort of looks at the both of you and Dottie and says, "Excuse me, I have to move to the front. I have to request a radio transmission."
Ooh. Oh.
No, don't let it.
Yeah.
Why don't you look somewhat sickly? Why don't we have our good friend Dorothy here, who is not ill at all?
The look you gave him, bitch.
To the pilots, you might not make it up there.
No, I'm quite well, thank you. But
So Cynthia's lifting her. Yeah. Because there's a lot of hubbub,
you're
right?
taking off your little doily, yeah.
Queasy doily.
So I'm thinking she had, yeah. So he's like,
Oh my god.
no,
This guy.
like what's going on? Like, well,
This
we can
guy.
convey the message to the pilots.
I'm afraid it's a private matter. Now, if you don't mind.
No.
And he's like stood up at this
I'm gonna
point.
stand up. I'm gonna stand up, kind of get in his way.
Okay.
Like, well, no, it's okay. We're almost to Paris. It can't.
Cynthia's toward the front, right? I'm guessing.
Yes, you are across from Karakov.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
How about it?
Indeed.
I think I'm a good match for
She's
you.
gonna.
But you're all the way in the back going, oh my god.
All right.
Cynthia's
All right,
standing up.
Cynthia.
What's going on?
Oh,
Is there something wrong with the plane?
I don't think so. Good. I don't think so. And I'm looking at the dude with the fake nose and wig.
So-
I
so-
see trouble. So she's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cynthia's gonna go to the pilots.
Okay.
Just excuse me for a minute. I'm going to just double check.
All right, so
Okay.
the so Potter has his unlatched briefcase, so he lets it fall open and reaches in. What's your dex? You're right next to him.
Oh gee, 60?
Okay. Holy moly, Potter!
Potter, he is 65.
Oh
So he pulls out a .38 revolver from this thing.
Did not see that coming.
and he's kind of like holding it aloft. He's not pointing at anyone in particular.
Did Lady Cynthia see? She's on her way up the.
Well, basically, you're right there. Like the front row, and then there's a partition, and there's a little hatch, and then the
Okay.
pilots and the flight navigator on the other side.
Okay. So he pulls out the gun before Lady Cynthia turns around. Like-
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
got it. Okay. Ah!
and
She screams. Is
Yep.
it loud enough? Okay.
probably, yeah.
Okay.
Well, but he's shouting anyway. He says, "I just want Karakov," and and Karakov kind of like calmly turns in his seat, and he says, "Good Lord Stokes, is that you?"
Oh.
Stokes!
Whoa.
What is the
going on?
So,
Stokes.
You look a mess, man.
yeah, what do you think of that wig and nose? I say.
All right, he's gonna try and grab you.
Playing you, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
You're just playing you. All right, so he's gonna try and grab you. So Stokes,
Okay.
Potter / Stokes, yeah.
All right.
Potter Stokes. So yeah. Do you want to dodge out of the way? Do you want to try and punch him back?
I'm gonna fight.
How's your brawling?
My brawl? Well, it's 25.
And how's your dodge?
My dodge would be half my dex,
Half
which is
dex.
15. So
Oh,
I can
okay.
elbow him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
get your hands off me.
Yeah.
The solar
Yeah.
plexus.
You can
I
step
hope.
at his instep. There's a ton of things you can do.
No.
Exactly.
No.
No?
But no.
No.
Spend like 60 luck on that.
No.
No.
60 luck.
My dice are really not very
That's your
happy with
second
me.
set, right?
Not happy yet.
Okay, I rolled a 0-1.
Oh!
So he grabs me.
He got a critical success.
And gun to my head.
He got a critical success.
All right.
So he has you in like a hammerlock. He's not holding the gun to your head though, but he's pointing it at Karakov.
Whoa.
And he says, no false moves, Karakov.
He doesn't care about me.
Exactly.
And then the hatch opens,
The hatch opens.
What?
and not the exterior hatch. Yeah, the pilot's hatch. But yeah. So basically, it's the hatch that gives access to sort of the flight navigator's area, which is sort of not exactly open air, but then the cockpit is like a half step above that.
Yeah.
So when he opens it, all this cold air comes rushing in.
So we can tell it's open.
Yeah.
There's a
Oh, yeah.
partition.
It just got colder.
Yeah.
Actually helping me. I like it.
Yeah. In the back, you're like, oh yes, that fresh air is wonderful. Thank you.
Revitalizing.
So yeah, this is Villiers, the American.
Yes.
What the hell is going on? Hey now, hey,
Just to get my bearing,
Uh-huh.
is he... Okay, is Lady Cynthia behind him? Or did he get behind me?
It's him and Dorothy, you and
And then-
Karakov,
Okay.
and then
Oh, I
Villiers.
see. Okay.
So you're kind of in the line of fire.
Yeah. I see. Yeah. Even though it's... Okay.
All right.
How about we all calm down?
Here we go.
There you go.
Let's
Yeah.
all just let's take a deep, bracing breath of this fresh air and think about what we're doing here.
All right.
Karakov isn't going anywhere. Stokes, was it? And Mr. Karakov, you actually seem fine where you are. So just keep doing what you. Let's just put the gun down and
Yes.
let's release the reporter.
Second that.
All right. So he actually does exactly what you say.
Oh.
What?
But first he kind of comes a little back towards the rear of the cabin to get away from you. So he's down near you, Max.
Oh, Max.
And then he pushes Dottie off of him, and then goes back into his valise, and he says, "I think that's a perfectly reasonable idea.
What?
I didn't come here to shoot Karakov."
Oh no!
And so then he pulls out a vial,
Whoa!
Yeah.
and no, just a vial. It's like a glass vial,
Shit, that's
Oh, it's
What?
worse.
and he says, "Recognize this, Karakov? It's what you had me craft and develop
Chemical weapons.
Yes.
What?
for no reason. You perverted my science, Karakov."
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Again, let's not do anything hasty.
You and I and everyone else on this plane will suffer, just like the millions who suffered at the hands of this gas.
Wait, is that mustard?
Far worse.
Oh God.
Awesome.
So that's like, oh my gosh. Like, no, don't do it. Like,
Don't do it.
Yeah. Is that with
Oh.
that festival? Yes.
What's that?
Lady Cynthia
Pretend to faint.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Think of the women.
Faint.
Mhm.
Right. And then, can I sneak past the partition?
Onto the roof of the plane?
Norman.
No.
Oh.
Under like at the maybe under the wicker chairs, past the
That would be
partition.
a good
I would have to
start.
sneak,
Trying to
right?
reach-
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
You have to
Yeah.
go literally outside, so you would have to get through a hatch door to
Yeah.
get to the pilots.
okay, so I couldn't sneak out.
Is the hatch door still open though?
Yeah. And Villiers is standing in it.
Right, he's like, what's
It's like half open.
Right.
Well, then I'm going to try to sneak toward him.
Okay.
Bad idea, Edie? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Okay.
The dog knows something.
Edie's like, don't try it.
Nobody out there. Who's out there? Nobody.
Oh, the door's not fully latched. You might
Ah,
want to.
that's the issue.
Yes.
You can't see nothing. It's
There we
okay.
go.
It's just us.
Lay down.
Oh.
She's been on edge as all the other dogs.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Could it be Satan?
Could it be?
Could it be?
All
All
right.
right, Lady Cynthia's gonna about to save the day here. So.
Yes.
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna see if he's serious. She's gonna wait to see if he's really gonna try something. But yeah,
Okay.
try to sneak very slowly toward him.
All right. So you're down.
Yeah.
You're down and out. All right, Max, you're closest to him. So what do you want to?
Well, I've got brawl of only 25, and I hesitate to interject violence at this point.
Drop it, right? You don't
Because
want
if he's like,
If it
If
drops.
it breaks, we're all
will
dead.
it
Yeah.
turn to? We don't know.
Gas.
Does anyone have chemistry?
Nope.
Oh, I have geology.
I have acting.
Really?
You can act like a chemist.
You do? Oh, because you're a photographer.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Roll it.
Oh, I make it.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely check.
Holy smokes.
All right, so you see the symbol on the side of the, it's like a laboratory vial,
Yeah,
basically.
Which I recognize.
Yep, and you recognize it as prussic acid, aka hydrogen cyanide.
No. So that
That's bad.
increases my
The sprinkles contain hydrogen cyanide.
God.
Sort of serious?
So I'm gonna say hydrogen cyanide. I'm gonna just say it out loud to everyone so
Yeah.
everyone knows. So everyone
Yeah.
can get just as freaked out as I am.
Yeah.
It's hydrogen cyanide! Maybe that pisses them off? No.
No.
Okay, can I try persuade?
Yeah.
I have that skill.
Yes, you do.
I can
good.
say,
This was later developed into Zyklon B, by the way. So
that's-
originally developed by the Allies, though. So cheers.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah, we kind of
Yay for us.
Exactly. They're no good guys.
So we wouldn't be familiar with it, maybe.
You would have you would know of prussic acid because it was used in the war, but not on the
Not like-
same level.
and there's quite a
As it
story
would be
about
later.
that,
Oh,
which I
yes.
won't mention now. All right. So I'm going to stand up, queasily and green as I am, and whisper to him, "Please, please, I am begging you, let the killing stop here and now."
Very nice.
Perfect.
And I make my persuasion.
Wow.
Okay. So
That's nice. That's simple. To the point.
okay. So he how well did you make it?
41 out of 50.
Out of 50. Okay. Okay. He kind of slumps his shoulders
Oh man.
and he says, "You're right. It's not right of me to threaten the lives of you good people. I'll put this back." So he puts it back in his valise. What's your dexterity?
Me?
Yep.
65.
Oh! Hey, we got ourselves a good old-fashioned roll-off. All right, roll your dex, please.
Oh, 97.
So you're like, all's well that ends well.
Oh man.
Oh, I don't have enough luck to fix that.
No, there's not enough luck in the world. All right, so
Oops.
So he's putting that back, right?
he's putting it back.
So I noticed this too.
Yes, but you're too far away to do anything. As he pulls out the 38, puts it under his chin,
No!
and pulls the trigger.
Oh!
So I'll need sand rolls from everybody.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
We didn't recover any from the last.
Oh, I don't. I failed.
If you did, I
fail.
handed it out already.
I made it.
Oh, I made it.
That's pretty definitely fail.
I fail.
Okay. Anyone who made it loses 1.
Okay.
And those of you who failed are who?
Me?
Yo.
Okay, the Americans.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
You know, blowing your brains out. It's nothing to the good old British metal. All right, so Dottie, you lose 4,
All right.
Whoa.
I start crying.
and Vance, you lose just 1.
Okay.
I start crying.
Yeah, scream, cry.
Yeah. Oh man, and then you're already
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna say since
vomit.
yeah.
Cynthia's gonna go and comfort you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, they're there. It's horrible.
You'll note that Karakov has remained emotionless
Yep.
and unaffected by all of this.
Yep.
That's why those guys made it.
Yep.
Fuckers.
Yep. No emotions.
No emotions.
So, in fact, he turns to Villiers, who is also looking a little shocked,
Yeah.
and he says, "Now, see here. I think a refund on our tickets is in order."
Oh my god.
I like that. That appeals to me.
Chutzpah.
I wasn't hysterical and cried. Alright, I know. No. Don't want to get mixed up with that.
In the long run, no.
So, I'm inconsolable.
Yep.
Inconsolable.
Yep. All right. So Villiers does his.
The trouble with this body.
Yeah.
For another like hour and a half.
So Villiers gets an oilcloth and does his best to create a partition in the back, tarping off the area.
Help him. I have to help him.
Yeah.
Blood and ooze and brains and
Yeah. I mean, they don't really have a bucket and broom on
Is
board.
there some sort of storage area in here? Like overhead compartments?
I need to protect the ladies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But we need to do something about that.
The
Oh,
police.
yeah.
Can we get her a brandy?
Oh,
or
the
something?
police.
Ladies, but
The
is like
police.
gonna lock it? But
Yeah,
I'm sure
the
somewhere
police.
to put it. I don't know.
yeah.
So it doesn't
Hold
slide
on to the
out.
police.
It doesn't slide around. Yeah, Villiers says he can secure it in the footlocker up front.
Oh, okay.
He's the engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's interested in those cookies.
She wants a cookie.
Are you though? Well, those aren't for
bad.
doggies.
I forgot. Well, what if they were?
Yeah. But what if they were for
Have a
doggies?
nice home business.
All right. So very upset,
Mm-hmm.
crying and consoled.
This is horrible.
This
Yeah.
is terrible, especially after everything that happened on that train.
Oh my god.
It's just everything's compounded.
much.
It's almost too much.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yep.
so the co-pilot, Fincham,
Yeah.
Yeah.
comes back, and they carry flasks up front.
Yeah.
That's it.
So Dottie is given a fortifying draft, and brings you back around pretty quickly.
My dear, I know just the thing. There's a spa. Okay.
Is there?
That's nice. She can mentally put herself there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll go. It'll be nice and relaxing. There.
Okay. So
Okay, so
trying to feel better.
Yeah.
so the corpse and I are behind the partition.
The corpse and I.
Yes, I would like to get his ID, make sure it Stokes. Who is this man?
Yes, it identifies him as one Dr. Jeremiah Stokes.
Jeremiah
Did his nose
Stokes.
fall off after he shot himself?
Yeah, very much so, yes.
Okay.
It's actually stuck to the ceiling of the compartment.
Another sandwich.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that is life.
So yeah.
Probably why I vomited it.
You see this putty nose just...
Oh man. Right?
It's like I was okay until I saw the nose, and then... Yeah.
Little gore dripping from it.
It lands on your in-flight magazine.
Oh my god. Wow.
Potent.
All right. How much longer on this horrible flight?
This is a nightmare.
Yes, it is a nightmare.
I know. Oh! Now...
What? There's more?
Well, I just realized something. Now, Dottie, you went indefinitely insane on that Doom train trip, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did anybody else? I don't think
No.
so.
No, I was 1 point away.
You were 1 point away. So, did you note down your insanity on the sheet? Put space on your character sheet that says
How you go crazy?
phobias and manias,
Wasn't it something about
Oh,
not
phobias
eating
and
meat anymore?
manias. Yeah, not eating meat anymore.
not eating meat anymore.
Oh, that was you. No, I didn't have one.
I'm now vegetarian.
We kind of tried to think of something.
I'm trying to remind myself here. Yeah, because if you're indefinitely insane, you should write it down, because basically anytime you, suffer any sanity loss, it re-triggers your
That
insanity.
Sure.
Mania.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would be.
Didn't we mention before the game began the thing about the photography being...
Yeah.
No, it doesn't appeal.
No, I don't know. Let me just think a little bit.
Okay,
because-
we can retcon it, and I don't care if you come up with something else, but just think about what you want to do.
How would she go mad?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it that triggered it?
Just the
Being on
cumulative-
the
the
cumulative
cumulative.
effect of being on the
Oh,
tube train.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, well, it
With all
could-
the zombies or
yeah,
or
and
whatever
I
they
think
were.
we said something like, well, it couldn't be like not being going on trains. 'Cause-
Right.
That would be
that's
stupid,
out.
yeah.
That's not productive. Was
But I think if you translated not into fear but a mania, like some type of a
mania.
hallucinatory.
Well, they were all dressed in Victorian,
They were.
right?
that could be interesting.
But like if it was, yeah, but like maybe there's like a hallucinatory part of that mania or madness. So I could feel maybe that like I'm back in Oz. Like I feel like I'm back there, and I kind of am like maybe like. Just,
So, is it like catatonia, where you just check out?
yeah, but mentally I'm there.
Would be delusional.
It would be delusions, yeah, but I don't know if I would express it.
Right.
So maybe
right.
catatonia would be best, but then I'm there, like I'm back there, vividly talking to
Oh,
my
but, you're
friends.
but to the rest of us, we don't see.
No, you don't see me doing that.
It's like the zombie movie, the original zombie movie,
Yeah,
where she just checks out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Barbara.
Barbara. Yeah.
Barbara.
So be checking out in that way. So catatonia.
Or like, your friend's tripping on acid and you're not.
Yeah.
You just see the irises all big and that's about it.
Yeah.
Very
So,
quiet.
But yeah, but like mentally I'm back in Oz. But I don't know what would snap me out of that.
Right.
It's just a period of time that happens.
Okay.
So basically, every time you suffer a bout of madness, it's actually a little Pendragon-y. I get to take your character sheet
Oh shit.
and alter it. And I didn't do that last time, so I have to do it.
No, you didn't. There was
All
a
right.
lot going on.
Yeah, no, it was had my hands full. Okay, so it says each time an investigator suffers a bout of madness, the keeper may amend one of the investigator's backstory entries or add a new one. These alterations serve two purposes. The first is to reflect the investigator's descent into madness by adding irrational entries or corrupting existing ones. Second, entries can be added or altered to reflect events in the story and thus tie the investigator into the plot more strongly. The player and keeper should work together to add or revise backstory elements appropriately. Okay, well, let's see what you got here.
I got a lot of awesome is what I got.
Alright. You have an ideology and a significant higher power that you do not share with white people. Auntie Em and Uncle Henry are significant people. Your reservation is your meaningful location. You have an emerald brooch and silver slipper that are your treasured possessions. You are a dreamer type. Okay, cool. Let's see here.
You are now an action type. Double fister.
Oh God.
Encounters with strange enemies, too many to list here. That's a cop out. You can't do that.
You wanted it.
You gotta write them
The
down.
Oz book.
You gotta write them down. Well, don't worry about that. But yeah,
That's what I'm
like for instance, you guys would write down zombie train passengers, for example, because you
Crystal
have
and
that.
fourth dimension crab creature.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, I haven't been doing a good job.
So no, that's fine. It's a reminder to all of you.
It's your way of like shaming.
I'm
me.
chastising all of you.
Public.
Thank you.
No, you should all be writing that down. You should all be writing that down.
Yes.
Let's see here.
How many times do we have to say that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get it. I just didn't realize. I guess because I was stuck in the past. So.
Okay.
Yeah, sugar shitty. So fun. How good? Not for dogs.
Okay. All right. I'm going to amend your meaningful locations,
Oh no.
and I'm going to add to your personal description.
I have circles under my eyes.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
So I added wide-eyed to your personal description.
Wide-eyed?
Wide-eyed. Okay. And then
Constantinople.
Constantinople's meaningful location, it basically has been added to your other one
Yeah.
because it's your new fixation on reaching there
To get this over with.
to get it over with.
Perfect.
And then you can go home.
Yeah.
Wide-eyed.
It's your new Emerald City, basically.
Oh, huh.
You don't meet this wizard either.
No.
You don't want to meet this wizard. All right, so
All right.
right, so basically the plane lands at Les Bourgets.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, I know.
Indeed.
Gross.
And you spend the next 3 hours. Dog.
So we land on the 8th. We just have 2 days. We have 2 days.
Yeah, the training part's on Wednesdays.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So,
I'm
yeah.
taking her out and
Oh, okay.
Okay.
taking her out. And then that's the end of this dog.
Take her out.
That's the end of this dog. Off you go, Edie. Bye, Edie.
Bye. Bye, cutie pie.
She's like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did. All right, so so you land at Les Bourgets, which is like all airfields at this time, just a big grass field basically, and spend the next 3 hours giving statements to police, getting your story straight, etc., etc.
Indeed.
Is Karkov around? Is he?
Yeah. I mean, everyone on board has to give statements, so yeah. Yep.
I don't want to be seen talking to him in front of the police.
Oh yeah.
I'll wait till the train, but yeah.
Just something about him. He's so devilishly handsome. All right. Okay. So, yes. Now, you're in Paris, finally.
Yeah.
Well, you're outside of Paris.
Did we already reserve a hotel?
No. So the Traveler's Guide has several suggestions on hotels.
Hey, Putty. Okay. Rest of travelers. Let's see. Places of interest: the Eiffel Tower. Hotels. Hotels of the highest class include the Bristol Hotel, the Hotel Durand.
Where are we? Oh, Duran. Yeah.
Durand. Okay. And then there's the Balmoral. Okay, so the Bristol Hotel Durand.
What's the cheapest?
What's it?
On the right.
Well, those are all nice hotels, right?
Yeah, those are the nicest.
Those are like super fancy.
All right, well,
And the Balmoral.
if I don't have to pay, that doesn't matter.
Balmoral.
Yeah. Remember, you got £1,000.
Yeah, we have.
We got money.
Yeah.
We're gonna yeah.
Let's overlook. Let's get one overlooking the Seine.
Yeah, I need something
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
How do you?
A little shaky. She needs some tea.
I need something. Anything.
Oh, Duran. Yeah.
The Durand. Okay, so let's stay at that one.
All
What do
right.
you think? It's
Yes.
Well, lady
It's a
Cynthia,
lady
you have the
Cynthia,
best
which is it.
taste, so
Yes.
This will do.
Okay.
This will do.
Suffice.
thank you.
Yep.
All right, that's where we are then.
Okay. How do you spell that?
Let's get sweets.
Hotel Durhim.
H-I-Duran.
Durand.
Duran.
Carrie got his packages.
Oh, you're so kind, Max.
She's flipping out.
Happy.
She's tripping out.
So, well, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not in my right mind.
No, we're just gonna hang out here for a while.
Okay.
And I think the piano music in the lobby will really help you balance.
You're right.
Honestly, or something.
I just
Yeah.
feel terrible. No, I've had too much alcohol already. I
Tea.
can't.
Well,
No,
a
I
little
need
bit of
some
tea.
Tea would be
sit
fine.
weeks,
Coffee.
And yes,
Some coffee.
Coffee. Nice American
Something.
drink.
No.
No.
For like, I want some French coffee.
French coffee.
Yeah. Right. We're France.
Maybe something
The press.
sweet, some chocolate chaud.
Yeah. Something.
Some of those mini croissants. Those are delightful.
Oh yes.
I can't. I mean, you all are very, very calm about this, but we saw a man blow his brains out.
You're obviously in shock, so some hot chocolate I
seen
think
some
would go
things, though.
really far.
Wasn't that bad?
It's horrible.
Wasn't that bad?
You're a raw nerve woman.
Yeah. Okay. So
was-
I'm. Yeah.
It was the nose that made it really bad.
Yeah.
It was really pathetic.
All right.
Made it real.
Yeah.
Made it real. Okay.
All right. So yeah, it is winter in Paris. So the trees are bare, and the light is thin and weak.
Yep.
And the streets are perpetually in shadow.
Yep.
Rats. Like you wouldn't believe.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
So
Yeah, without Paris.
That's right.
So, yeah, you guys have a couple days. I believe there were some research
Yeah, there's
leads.
some things we needed to do.
That's right.
Check some stuff out.
Yeah.
We need to take a look at what
The
we got
the
here.
train will depart from Paris on Wednesday
Wednesday at midnight.
at midnight,
Oh,
so we have
that full
time.
day.
You have the full day. Yeah.
Well, we wanted to go to the.
Biblio Nationale, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Bibliothèque.
Bibliothèque Nationale.
Which means the National Bibliothèque.
Oh, really? Good job.
Renee?
Yeah. Just keep him honest.
Am I right or am I right?
He's,
Indeed, and we want to look up Comte de Fenwick.
yes.
Okay.
The last purported owner of the Set F Cars Simulacrum.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yes. All right.
Okay. Hobnail prints. Okay, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty, so
Check into the hotel.
you get checked in.
Got our rooms.
Yeah, so you flew out of London in the morning. You had those hours of getting police reports. So it's late afternoon.
Yeah, like 4 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about 4.
4. Damn it.
So the bibliothèque is just closing, but you do need it's like the British Museum. You need a pass to even get in there. So you could apply right now.
Yeah, let's
do
do
that
that.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Indeed.
Get that
I
organized.
want to try and break in.
I know. Oh my God, Max. All right.
So
I'm shaking his head like that. You know, we're never going to get on the Orient Express.
Give me your tickets.
your goddamn tickets. All right, so
My real game group.
Oh.
my real game group.
Okay. So we apply for our passes.
All right. Well, who wants to do the application?
I suppose
do
the
it.
lady should.
Yeah.
And does Lady Cynthia have français?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that survival French? Or more?
15% in French is it's enough to ask if you speak English, right?
It's enough to order breakfast and observe that cows have spots. So
Okay.
Wow, I don't even have 15%.
Yeah, no, that's not.
I think I'm
But
like.
I could probably read like num,
Yeah.
like name and.
yeah.
And they have
Exactly.
they have to have forms that are like in English too.
We are in France right now. I don't think you.
Not.
Yeah.
I don't think we understand how
All right.
How English has not yet taken on what it does these days.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Well, anyway, so all of you, of course, can go. Lady Cynthia, of course, being the most
Well, she's the lady.
blue-blooded
Yeah.
of the lot,
Or her,
has the best chance.
You know,
Yeah.
assistance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, happy minion.
Exactly.
Yay.
Lady Cynthia and Paper Pushers.
Yep.
Vance Victorson and.
I've seen
Do they
him.
admit? Do they admit to knowing?
Silver
seeing-
screen star.
Oh, please.
What are you talking about? I'm no Jerry Lewis.
That's true.
That's true.
Monsieur Louise. All right, so yes, you get in just ahead of the closing time and talk to the secretary
Yes.
there, and he's
The eyelashes.
very but nonetheless he's very officious,
God.
you know, and cross the T's and dot the I's kind of
Yeah.
person. So you can give me a credit rating roll actually.
okay.
Yay.
Dark. It's gonna play that every time we go into the library.
I missed it by 15.
Oh.
Wait, your credit rating is only 50?
Yeah, because she turned her back on her family.
That's
she's
true.
Modern type, yeah.
Ouch.
Okay.
All right, so he takes your address at the hotel
Okay.
and says that you will be notified.
Oh, wait a minute. I have connections with Oxford.
Oh well, you can give it a shot.
What shall I roll?
You can roll a credit rating.
36. I make it.
Nice.
So I'll say
Oh, and probably her marriage.
I'm coming from the new college in Oxford.
Okay. And you have kind of like a standing pass with the British Museum, so you show him that.
What I do.
It's what you do. So he seems a little more apt to,
Okay.
listen. Might also be kind of a man versus lady
Could be.
situation.
I have real reason to know.
Exactly. Yes. You're not just some.
Yeah.
Some skirt.
Yeah.
Nosy. Yeah.
Yeah. Wants to get her oily fingers all over the precious manuscripts.
Put a tack on this chair when we.
Yeah, that's right.
Put a tack on his chair.
Advance. This is
All right. So as you're heading out, library's closing up. A young gentleman falls into step beside you.
that noise? Yeah, I know, it's good stuff.
So
A young man?
he doffs his cap. It's a man. He doffs his cap to you, Lady Cynthia and Dottie.
Oh.
And and
I weekly just nod to him, or like hello, good day, or good afternoon, good evening.
he looks to be like he's in his early 20s. And he says, "Oh, permit me to introduce myself. I am Renae von Rheim. I am a graduate student doing an internship here at the library.
Oh, nice to
exciting.
meet you.
Please, do you need any assistance with your research?"
What?
How lucky for us that
Yeah.
we should run into you. Why we do, in fact. Tell me, can you get us into the library on off hours?
Oh, no, I'm afraid not. But I would be happy to assist you with any translations. Forgive me, I overheard your French.
Hey,
I must say, your English is very good.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Where did you learn?
Oh well, I have just a love of language.
Yeah.
Yes, I know many languages to assist with my studies and communicating with the global proletariat.
So what do you study? What do your graduate studies consist of?
I am pursuing a degree in history.
What particular period of history?
18th century.
And specifically?
What's your name again?
It's 100 years.
Yeah, well,
Specifically.
I'm just curious.
Well, mostly the revolution. The first great uprising of the working class.
Yes.
Hence the use of proletariat.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the trolley.
Your name again?
Renae
Renae.
von Rheim.
Okay.
That's awfully kind of you to help us.
Well, yes, why don't we meet us here tomorrow? It's what time does the library open?
Let's see, we are on winter hours right now, so we open at 9 a.m.
Well, how about if we meet at 8:30 and I'll take you for breakfast?
Oh, that would be most welcome. And of course, a small consideration for my assistants as well.
Of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
You'll, after all, be showing us where to have breakfast.
Sure.
Yes.
Just arrived.
Yeah, well, anywhere you'd like to go, we'll go.
Oh, very nice. Thank you. There's just a small cafe I frequent.
Perfect. Well, I don't know. You might want to press your luck a little bit.
There's a nice brunch at the
Yeah.
hotel that we're staying. The hotel.
Or another. If there's another place you'd like to go that's particularly special,
Oh, no, that's fine.
we're good for it.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what he's hoping.
I know, right? I know he's hungry.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a grad student.
Yeah. I'm just scratching it.
Well, I mean, my day rate is 50 francs.
That's fine. He's adorable. That's fine.
So cute. Oh.
Oh, buddy, you have no idea how much of that day we're going to be using.
Yeah. All
What
right.
time does the library close?
4 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna have
So
all day.
8:30. So yeah, 8:30. He can meet us at the hotel. We'll go have breakfast, and then we'll head to the library.
Very good. I will meet you just down the way there.
Very good.
8:30.
Yes.
All right. Very good.
Excellent. Yes.
All right, so you guys have Paris to yourselves for the evening.
Huh.
There's the Louvre,
There's the Eiffel Tower.
The Le Tour Eiffel.
We can go to the
Isn't it,
Louvre
like,
before
really
all
cold?
those lines form.
It's fucking freezing.
Yeah, no.
There's people ice skating on a pond nearby. If you want some wintertime sports.
Well, it also says that.
There's the catacombs.
Oh yes, what does it say?
Oh, the catacombs in Call of Cthulhu.
perfect.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We have to go. Yes, what does the guidebook say?
Opera. Go to the
We
opera.
could see the opera. That might be fun.
Is it the opera season right now?
Yeah.
Can you handle it, Donnie? Do you need a rest?
I'll go.
You go?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, look, Don Giovanni's playing.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Eiffel Tower, Bibliothèque, the Louvre. The Louvre's open from 9 to 5. Since
Oh, that's perfect.
It's not open
That's
right now.
closed.
It's closed.
Well, it's just closed. Or no, you've got an hour. You've got an hour.
You can run.
And same with the.
Yeah, you could do a half-hour power walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's enormous.
It is.
It's, yeah.
You could check out a couple rooms, basically. Yeah.
I guess
It would be heated.
Oh, that's a plus.
It would what?
Be heated.
You
The
know,
Louvre.
Why don't we just go there
You know
for
what?
a half hour?
You could get some great shots of Vance
Yeah.
looking at Mona Lisa.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. No, that sounds
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
So let's hightail it to the.
And it's the off-season, too. So.
Yeah. So
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say, we're gonna
You just stand in line.
stand in line and then it's gonna close.
Yeah.
And then we just.
Right. Classic loser.
Okay. So yeah, let's go do that.
Okay.
All right.
So go and you're gonna pose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take pictures of you. Paintings.
Yeah. Be very intellectual.
Yeah. Just really thinking about the art. Yeah. Good. Good.
Right.
Think about the art.
Yeah.
Sure.
Very good.
Embrace the materials.
There.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Of
Okay.
course.
All right.
All right, so you check out a couple wings. You end up in
There's an ancient history wing in the basement.
certainly.
Can I look at the Mesopotamians?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Left time for the Mesopotamians.
You get down to the Mesopotamians, yeah.
Really extraordinary.
So within spitting distance, you have the Mesopotamian. You have the ancient wing in the gallery. There's a gallery with paintings from the court of Louis XVI.
Okay.
Oh yes, for my posings.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Very
yeah.
attractive.
What else?
In terms of what you could hit at this point, just kind of the main gallery.
All right. Yeah. Just looking
Just have
around.
kind of the greatest hits.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you lead the way.
Well, there's some remarkable statues of Diana. They might be a little racy for the ladies, but I think Vance might enjoy them.
Pish posh.
Cheers, Max. Cheers.
We'll
number
go
of
follow
breasts.
you. We'll check it out.
Mini breasts.
All right.
Yeah.
Max.
Number.
Get into the Anatolian section.
Yes, exactly.
So we're gonna go down there and check them out. Yes.
No. You're not shocked. Are you
I
shocked?
go and use my living room.
Oh,
That's right.
class.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my.
Yep. Yeah.
Gonna have to
Seen
step up
it.
my game with the lady.
All right. Anything
So
else?
what else are we doing?
That's good. That's good.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Let's
What's she doing?
here's the lowest luck.
Oh.
Well,
Why did I have
since
to go
you
to the
asked.
39.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
39?
Told you.
All right, yeah. Scoff. Yeah, you do have the lowest luck.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to take to build that back.
I told you.
No need to roll.
No need to roll.
Well, not luck at least.
What?
As you're passing out through the gallery of the Louis XVI portraits, I'll need a listen roll for Vance.
All right, Vance.
Come on, Lance.
Hear it.
Nope.
Don't.
And I'm not going to spend 48 points.
Oh, man.
No, wouldn't expect it.
Mainly because I don't have 48 points to spend.
I do not.
Yeah, no
Every
kidding.
day.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
So we hear nothing and we
Wow.
walk out.
Like
All
Should any of
right.
us try it?
Oh, go on then.
Come on.
You can try because she's all
I don't
whacked
have any
out.
listen, but I
You're
don't
whacked
use
out.
them anyway. No.
No.
Come on.
Oh, I got it
You rolled
right
a 20,
on.
yeah, so.
You got it right
Nice.
on.
Oh, all right. I'll check your listen.
Woohoo.
Yay.
So it's the four of you just walking through this gallery. You know, the museum's closing. You know, so yeah. So just the sound of your shoes and heels on the floor and
Click, clack.
click clack, tick tack, And so, Lady Cynthia, over the sound of that, you hear a little laugh,
A titter?
A giggle?
like just kind of
A chortle?
more like a
That's not a good one.
a desultory laugh.
So she just stopped suddenly.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Cynthia, are you okay?
The direction it came from,
No.
No.
the direction it came from is like immediately to your left, like as if someone was standing right there.
Okay.
But instead, it's just a portrait that's hanging there, like right at eye level,
Uh-oh.
and it's like life size.
Right.
You know.
Right, with the shoes and the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And no area around where someone could be hiding.
No.
Okay.
Is the painting, what's the painting of?
So it's a very stern-looking man with his arms crossed.
Germanic.
Is Carpathian, perhaps? No, it's an unfinished portrait.
Unfinished.
Oh. Okay.
So only like the head and shoulders have been done,
Yeah.
rendered, and then the rest is just slightly
Sketched.
sketched in.
Oh, okay.
And the little brass label on it says, "Sketch for an unknown painting, 18th century, found amongst the possessions of Queen Marie."
Oh, interesting. Wait, aren't those dogs? Those are real dogs.
Those are real dogs.
I think those are real dogs.
That's a real fucking
That's-
dog.
If someone was screeching outside, we wouldn't know because we'd just think it was the background music.
So, Lady Cynthia's gonna walk up to the painting and peer into that face.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a somewhat cruel looking face.
Yeah. Not unusual though for this period.
No.
It's not Karakov, is it?
Oh! Do I recognize it?
No, it's not Karakov.
Bob is timeless.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
Karakov does not.
Those all.
If that's your real name.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. It's like so.
Ooh.
Oh, this is a later period than I thought it was.
Yeah, Louis XVI, the last king of France.
That was a very stern gentleman.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at this painting? What's? I mean, what about it?
Well, it's nothing.
Are you sure?
I thought I heard something in this direction. But I guess I was imagining things.
Yeah. Maybe.
Curious.
Must be a little tired.
It's a large corridor.
Yeah.
It's a very trying flight.
We've seen a lot
It's
today.
been a lot. It's been
That's
a
right.
lot.
Let's go have some dinner.
Maybe see a little.
Dinner at the hotel.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah.
get a nice bright early start in the morning.
Yes.
That sounds perfect.
We'll walk away.
Yes.
And then she's gonna suddenly turn around and look at it again.
Yeah, after everyone has left,
Yeah.
you're the last out.
Is it? Yeah. Like that.
It's just
Okay.
sitting there, and then the lights go out in the gallery.
Let's just get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
Christ.
Right. I think you need a glass of wine. Yeah.
Multiple glasses of wine.
Okay.
All right.
So the next morning, unless there's anything you guys wanted to attend to in the evening.
I would like to rebuild my sanity, but that's not possible. So.
Yes, it is. We'll make you a nice hot bath.
Think about home.
Yeah.
Let's see
Actually,
here.
all I can think about, so at dinner we're talking
Okay,
about it,
yeah.
all I can think about is just getting to Constantinople. Like, I can't wait until we can get there. We can just get this done, and I just have a feeling all of our answers will be there.
You're probably right.
I hope I'm right. And I know I'm right. I know I'm right.
I would imagine so.
I have to be right.
I'm a little bit disturbed by your vehemence about this goal.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not going to
After all,
say
we're
anything
going to
about
the
it.
Orient Express. It'll be a wonderful journey.
Yes. But then now I'm
Lady
thinking back to the train, the other train.
Not so wonderful.
Oh, the Doom Train?
She'll calm down tomorrow.
Yes, of course. Just need some good
Maybe I should go to a
Yeah.
pharmacist and get something for my nerves.
Very sensible.
Laudanum? Is that?
Something, I don't know.
Sensible. A couple
Something
grains.
for my
Something to
nerves.
sleep.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go to a pharmacist. During.
I bet the hotel has a pharmacy.
I'm sorry.
Okay, but they're probably closed now.
Oh, it's a really nice hotel.
Okay, so I'm gonna go check in the pharmacy.
Okay, so what are you looking for? Just
Something
sedative?
to help with my sedative. I'm gonna get something for my nerves.
laudanum.
Yeah, something.
A couple of grains.
Something that I can take with me while I'm traveling.
Okay.
It's natural.
Okay. Yeah. So You can get some laudanum.
Okay.
Laudanum with valerian in it, yes.
Okay.
He's out.
Infused with essential oils. Organic.
All organic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have
Gluten-free.
enough. So I'm looking at the pharmacist. What was it?
Gluten-free heroin.
Fuck. I'm just at the pharmacy. Jesus Christ, this is not necessary background.
Oh, it's so necessary.
All
It's
right.
building until
No,
you
no,
take a swig and then it'll quiet again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you have a moment where you're not sure if it's laudanum or if it's hydrogen chloride.
No.
Ooh, that's a
serious?
moment.
Yeah.
So the pharmacist is giving me the vial, presuming he gives me
Yeah.
the vial.
Dispensary.
The dispensary, yes.
Yes. And so I'm looking at the
Yeah, you look
chemical.
at it. Yeah.
And so does it look like it's a dark vial? It's an amber vial.
Mhm.
So I'm just looking at.
It just makes you think irresistibly of that bottle of prussic acid.
Yeah. So I'm like, can you show me like what it looks like outside of the bottle?
Of course, madame. So he takes his spoon and just pours out, a little measure of it.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Smells
Okay.
it.
All right.
Smells
You trust this man?
I do.
laudanum-y,
Yeah.
All right.
So he puts it back.
medicinal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he gives it to me, and then I'm like, this is enough for, I want for the trip there and the trip back.
Yes.
So this is going to be how much of a supply?
Just a little dab every night. And take a deep breath. You will be okay.
All right. And this is enough for 2 months.
I should think so.
Okay. I want 2 months worth.
Don't drink it.
Just don't knock it back.
It's just inhalation by
Yeah.
inhalation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So I take that back to my room.
Okay. Yeah, because basically the only way you can recover from indefinite insanity is to go a month without any traumas.
Oh,
So
that's not happening.
That's never happened.
that's never happening.
What's one of my new treasured possessions?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna be swilling it by the end of this. By the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
It's pouring it over your cereal.
Cereal.
It's mine. No. Tucking it in my tea. All right. With a shot, followed by a shot. All right. So.
Alrighty.
Moving on.
how
Next
do we-
morning.
Oh, okay, good.
It is chilly. Your breath is in the air.
Wait, what? We're outside?
Yeah, you're meeting Remy at the cafe.
All right. Yeah.
So you get
Paris is so beautiful this time of day.
Yeah.
it is.
It's hideous.
It's hideously beautiful.
The buildings here, we're all in shadow.
Stinks.
I think we could smell bread baking.
I can hear
Stinks.
rats scurrying in the alley.
You can hear the rats,
The rat?
but you also smell the bread.
Smell bread.
Mixes with the smell of the streets.
Yummies.
Freshly swept.
Yes. So is Remy there?
Yes.
Oh, hello. Good morning, Remy.
Good morning to
Yes. So where would you like to go for breakfast?
just you as fine as I say.
All right. Very good.
Oh, lovely. What do you get?
Just some coffee and a biscuit.
Ah, yes.
I need more than that.
Need a good American breakfast.
I know.
You got any
Yeah.
sausage?
Yeah. Where can we get sausages?
Yeah, how about an English breakfast?
Bacon.
Kippers?
Something. Eggs.
Cigarette?
Oh no, they'll do a breakfast.
Okay.
That's just
Yeah.
It's for-
watching his
Saucisson.
yes.
yeah, so,
I can
you know, a couple of soft-boiled eggs.
He's gonna help us to order.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So he gets you set up with a good breakfast. Definitely seems to know what he's talking about. Definitely does not poison your food.
Oh wow. Well.
I like this
okay.
Good guy. Decent fella.
The big betrayal
worried
comes
about that.
later.
That comes later.
Many years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently.
And as you're eating, he says that he's talked to the secretary
Good.
and that you'll be able to get in today.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
This is a favor Remy has done for you because normally they can take 3 to 4 days.
Oh my God.
Already, that's why we pay you the big bucks.
Right. That's right. Well spent.
So he says, yes, there is a, let's see, there is not much else we need to attend to, I believe. So, what specifically are you researching?
Well,
Ancient items?
yes.
Oh.
Something called, well,
A man named Tom de Fenelick.
Yes.
There you go, let's start there.
Start there.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't seem to ring a bell.
Good. Good.
He was an old collector.
Yeah.
I see.
so if we were to research him first, then we can go into
Other.
some other, like,
Related?
delve.
Indeed. He's a good starting point.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Where did he live? You know, things
Is
like
there
that.
any judging us? Is he, like,
He's silently judging you.
yeah.
I mean, we're obviously not eating like, proper Frenchmen, so
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
like our arms are on the table,
We're the
like,
worst.
we're slurping our coffee.
Ooh, bad.
I mean, not noticeably, but noticeably to a French person.
You call this coffee? It's in a little bitty cup.
All right.
It's cappuccino.
So we're looking into this person, this gentleman.
Okay. So he's kind of taking notes as you say, as you
All
talk
right,
about
Taking
this.
notes.
No, he has to help.
All right.
All right, well, let's start there first.
Where-
So,
yeah,
where should we
then we
look?
can keep-
What specifically do you wish to know?
What does he collect? Like, he's a collector.
Where did he live?
His
Where did he
biography.
live?
Yeah.
His biography.
I want to know all about him.
Very good.
Where
Very
was he
good.
born, where he lived, where he died, what he did in his life.
Yes.
he
Who he
know?
loved.
That's it.
Did he live? Did he laugh? Did he love?
That's
All right.
awesome.
Did he join any secret cults? That sort of thing.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What was that?
What?
So, we didn't...
Get.
Let me just really quick. Did we
Yeah.
ask Letitia if she was going to be on the
Shit,
train?
Forgot all about her.
No,
she
didn't get a chance to get to that.
And then the businessman.
Oh no, yeah, she said that. Yeah.
She's only here for the season. She has a she's
That's right.
Sorry.
on the good side of the river.
But Karakov's gonna...
Leave Gush.
Karakov will
We'll
be.
see him again.
Well, no, he might be on a different line than us because he's going south,
That's true.
and we're going straight east, right?
We just
Yeah.
don't know what could happen.
Who knows?
Who's to say?
Hilarious.
Just you're to say, but no one else.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Perhaps Karakov is a stranger on the train.
Who that guy is?
No, we don't know.
Well, he's not a stranger anymore.
How
Obviously.
about 19th century Turkish immigration, maybe?
Very good.
Sort of start there,
Yeah.
see.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. So we're asking him to help us look up these things.
Okay.
We're giving him a baseline.
So he is your conduit. He is your cipher.
All right.
So you'll still need to make your own library use rolls.
Very well
Okay.
done.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to look for the set F car scrolls.
Right. You're looking
And
for
there's also
scrolls.
the devil's
Simulacrum?
Simulacrum.
Mm-hmm.
So can we, have him point the
Yeah.
way without telling him exactly what we're looking for?
At a certain point.
No, we're gonna have
Yeah,
to
we have
reveal
to.
it.
Yeah.
He'll probably figure that out too.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
So do we have to make library?
Ooh, I rolled a 12.
Oh,
I fail.
You failed. Well, that's good.
yeah, I also
I only
failed.
have a 20% in library use.
Fail
I
and.
failed.
Ooh, I'm going to spend 10 luck.
Okay.
Oh, Max.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, could I spend 2 to make it a hard success?
Yes,
Go
you
for
can.
it. Yes, yes,
I
yes.
have to say I'm somewhat astonished by the lady's skills in library use.
Oh my. Wait, are you happily surprised
Are
or
you stating this aloud?
dismayed?
Oh, I'm not stating this aloud. I don't know if I'm happy. I'm just surprised by it.
Oh,
I had underestimated her in many respects.
Oh,
Indeed.
Because I'm,
yeah.
Let's look at
Well,
her.
I know. Look at her. She's beautiful.
She can't do. Oh, she can do.
Oh.
She the whole library.
Uh-oh.
She can.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Read?
Okay. So I think eventually it will come to light that we're looking for.
Yes.
That car scrolls. and-
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie doke. All right. So Max, in your investigations, you don't find anything mentioning a set of car. Basically, you're all. Okay. Oh, here is the reading room.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Are?
sure it's amazing. Yep,
And it is. God damn it.
it is.
Wow.
Look at those. Wow.
My God.
Dag nabbit.
Look at those
They call
walls
us
and
flying.
ceilings.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of buttresses in there.
Yeah, always. It's all about the buttress.
I like big buttresses.
Can't lie.
Yeah, it.
It's alright.
It's no Cleveland Public Library, let me tell you that much. They do have a very nice public
I know they
library,
do,
but
they do.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
very well funded.
Never come
Really?
back again.
Yeah, the Ohio library system is
Yeah, pretty-
very kick-ass, actually.
Battling Washington State, too.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Then what?
Washington State.
Now that comes as a surprise. I went
Yeah.
to school in Washington. I was not impressed.
Well,
Well, maybe
I
their
think they've upped their
backing
game.
has
Yeah, over the
increased.
past couple years.
Anyway, yeah, so this reading room can seat up to 344.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Beneath 9 faience domes, I guess is what those are
Wow.
called. So,
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
All right.
so you start with general histories,
And it's sort of the off season, you said, right? So there's not a whole lot of people.
not a whole lot of people,
Okay,
and
good.
everyone has their skin, so
Very
that's good.
That's good. Yes.
Had to bring up the skin again.
And to bring up the skinless
This
dude.
one,
Won't be denied.
he won't
Nope,
be denied.
he won't be denied.
Nope.
You can try. What's gonna happen?
Oh
You
my
know,
God.
it's what he says when he tries to order something and they say they're out of it.
Nope.
He says the
That's not
skinless
me.
one.
We saw the skinless one, right?
No, I saw the
No,
skinless
you
one.
did.
I saw the skinless.
Yeah, it was Max.
No, we were having a photo op with a bunch of
That's
students.
the grad students. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, I remember the girls.
Yeah, those were
Can't blame
some
them.
girls.
Can't blame them.
No,
No.
not at all.
All right. So yes, you're looking at general histories and common references, looking for anything of Fenwick or the statue or scrolls or anything like
Vance, have you
that.
noticed the odd acoustics in this room?
No.
No. Dottie?
Wait, what are you doing?
It seems as though the silence.
Lady
on
Cynthia
forever.
had a hard success.
It does. It's very
Yes.
silent. It
Yes.
is
Oh,
very
we're
quiet.
getting there.
Oh, we're getting there.
We're
Okay.
getting there.
Very strange.
It is strange. Yeah.
Eerie.
Not bad for a soundstage.
Right. Right. Your relationship.
Alright,
sounds
so
different
Vince,
than
so
ours.
I'm getting bored because I'm not very good at the library use right now. Which is
Well, hold on. I'm giving you the results of your
I'll take some
rolls.
pictures of him while,
Oh, okay. All right.
Just take a picture of the stacks.
I'll climb up the ladder for you this time.
That's right.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
intellectual.
Yeah. Hold a book and look thoughtful.
Look thoughtful.
Yeah. With the glasses.
Like, how do I open this?
Yeah. How do I open this?
Well, it's like back when I used to work in a public library in LA. They did this whole poster series where they had these celebrities posing with a
Oh
book,
my God.
and it would say "read," and then it would just be a celebrity, and they'd have the book. And
That was helpful.
yeah, and so our senior librarian kind of passed the catalog around to the staff and says, let's vote on who we want, because every library had to get one and get it framed and put behind the desk. And it was like 100 photos, and it was like every single one, presumably it was like pick out your favorite book and pose with it. Because every single one, they're holding a very specific book and they're holding it in a way where you can see the
the title.
cover.
Significant.
Now this was in 2002-ish, so the Lakers were still like a big thing in LA, I mean, they still are, but very big at that time. And so there was a Shaquille O'Neal one. And so that was what the staff voted on. They wanted the Shaq one. But his was the only one where you couldn't see what the book was. Like he was holding it tilted down so you couldn't see the book. It's like, Shaq, pick out your favorite book.
This one will do.
The fuck? I don't know. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Stop editing that one out.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it was an English book.
God only knows.
Maybe
We
it's
just don't
holding
know.
Right side up, upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have. Yeah. No! We would have had to do a Blade Runner style photo analysis, Mm.
Oh man.
All right. So, what you turn up, because this guy's
Turning up.
late 18th century. You made your library
Okay,
user.
what I'm turning up.
Yes.
He's a late 18th century nobleman who kind of disappears after the Revolution. That's what you found out in London at the British Museum.
Right.
And that he had an estate in Poissy, but you don't know where it is.
Poissy.
You don't know where it is exactly. So what you find in the general histories are just a number of court histories that refer to an unspecified scandal in the Queen's court on the eve of the Revolution, when a man of the minor nobility was apparently involved in an indiscretion with the Queen.
Uh-oh.
After a palace uproar, the fellow was executed without trial. The man was a German count named Fenelek.
Oh.
Huh.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Now,
That's intense.
Yeah.
Lady Cynthia,
Unfinished sketch.
following that up and going deep into the stacks with Remy, you start checking some primary sources. He starts bringing stuff back to the reading room that's
Can we
like,
trusted deep in the stacks with her?
well, she's in the reading room. He's going
Alright, very
to
good.
he's going off to fetch it. Yeah.
You go. The stacks with her.
And you're never seen again.
Oh no.
You can't trust them.
You can't trust them. My best friend's a communist.
My best friend's
I don't know that.
All right. So, so he's bringing out like diaries from the period and that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
So you find a nice little excerpt from
Do I?
the diary of one Mademoiselle de Briand.
Oh.
Hey.
So please read it into the record.
Oh.
Excuse me. June 1789. The Comte was like a sun amongst us, shedding his light and making all rejoice in his pleasures. His feasts are said to be the most lavish and lascivious yet seen in our city.
So that's one part, and like basically this is a water damaged old diary, so there's just some parts aren't readable. So that's one interesting bit you found, and then the next fragment is
Ah, okay. On the same page?
different page.
Oh, okay. It was then that it became apparent that much evil was afoot, and the queen became angered. And the king's men did raid the house, Ooh. And much was destroyed, and the Comte was arrested.
Oh
My.
That ended
Are
bad.
there any paintings of the comp?
Make an idea roll.
Because, you know, I'm a visual person.
Sure. You want the photo.
I do. Make a what?
Idea roll.
Idea, sorry. Oh my god. I make it, barely.
Yay.
Could be you've already seen one.
Uh-huh.
The unfinished one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Says you said.
Remember that painting we saw at the Louvre last night?
Yes. Strange one.
Maybe that might be something to follow up on. I don't know. Maybe that's
Yeah.
him. I mean, why it wouldn't be listed since he was shamed or
Yeah.
obviously.
What did the, there was a label on it, on the painting.
Yes, there was.
Dang it!
Yeah.
18th
so
century.
You could hustle at lunchtime.
Does Lady Cynthia remember it?
I think so.
Unfinished.
Unfinished sketch.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Just unfinished.
Something
Queen
with
Marie.
the
You
queen.
can make an idea roll to recall.
See if I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be familiar.
Where it is. There it is. Hard success.
Heart
Yes. Go.
The label was
It's like a photo image. Boom.
Yeah.
In my head.
label was sketch for an unknown painting 18th century found amongst the possessions of Queen Marie,
Oh, that's
which would be Marie Antoinette.
That doesn't
Yeah.
narrow it down.
Well,
Well, it's the same time period.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
Exactly.
yes, but still, that doesn't constitute proof in my mind.
I'm not saying it is him. I'm just saying that it could possibly be
It's
him.
not. It's not.
It's not him.
Right? Maybe one of the curators.
Prove that God doesn't exist. Haha.
Ah, it's on you, my friend. All right.
Oh my god. So maybe we could ask the curator at the museum. They could tell us more about that painting.
yeah. We could look behind it.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Let's smell the back of that thing.
Well, we'll see about that. But
Jen and I were like,
same wavelength here. Okay. So that was what Max found out.
That's what Lady Cynthia found out. So that was in your first. That was in your first morning of researching. So you have a lunch break now.
It's gonna be lengthy because
you
we're
know,
French.
if we could somehow find the artist's sketchbook. I don't know. That's a long shot.
That is a long shot.
But, you know,
Yeah.
usually these paintings have
Yeah.
several pages of
like a study.
Yes.
It's true.
Well, we probably shouldn't take a very long lunch because we're paying.
Yeah.
We shouldn't, but I'm just saying that the customs are different here. I just want to warn you. I'm not in the guidebook.
That's true. Well, I mean,
Is there
let me
anything
look.
about
Let
the
me check.
Sedefkar scrolls? No, not right now.
So over lunch, Remy says, if you wish to follow up on these arrest reports,
Yes.
your best bet would be the Bibliothèque de l'Arsenal,
Ah,
Awesome.
sounds like a happy place.
not far from the Place de Bastille.
Oh, more happy.
But I bet he's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Renae, I bet you're the guy to help us through that maze
I can help, yes.
because this seems to be right up your alley.
Oh, yes, I've studied there many times.
I bet you have. All right.
Yes, it contains the complete archives of the Bastille. And many other 18th century records as well.
I can't believe they kept records.
I know.
Another level of horror.
Uh-huh.
All right. No, nothing really of note.
The lady wants to see it.
Oh, yes.
You're welcome.
Okay. So we've got the Arsenal Library. Who all, and then does anyone want to go to the
wanna go to the
Louvre?
Louvre,
You want to
yeah.
go to the Louvre?
Well,
Okay.
no, I mean,
Why?
Lady Cynthia, you're the one took the painting.
Yeah, we gotta look at the back.
Mm-hmm. Lady
But-
Cynthia, did you want to go to the Louvre or no?
Or do you want to go to the Bibliothèque
Bibliothèque.
Oh, bibliothèque.
Okay. All right.
So we can go to the Louvre.
Yeah.
I've been to the Louvre 100 times.
All right, fine. Well, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
If anything, take some pictures of it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go.
Okay.
Make sure we can compare massages.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Cyril.
He's gonna come with us to the Bibliothèque Arsenal.
Okay. Very good.
To the
All right. To the Louvre.
Nice. Fabulous sandwiches.
Alrighty. So, alrighty.
All right.
Let's get some library use from those of you at the Arsenal.
Okay. Oh! Yes?
Hmm?
4-point spend.
Uh-huh. Yes.
How much luck do you got?
70 points spent.
4.
70 points.
What?
70-point spend.
No.
Yeah.
Absurd.
Absurd. I've never heard anything so
Lady Cynthia
ridiculous.
suddenly forgot to read how to read.
Is
That's
Remy
fine.
with them?
Yeah.
Yep.
So he can find some stuff out too.
He's just a cipher.
I don't.
That
What?
doesn't mean anything to
No.
me.
He's just following what we tell him
I
to do.
know. I know.
That doesn't mean anything to me. All right, Max.
Yes.
You turn up a report from one Captain Louis Malon, June 1789. This is the captain who led the assault on Fenelique's mansion in Poissy.
Well. Now we're talking.
Yeah. There we
Lady,
go.
look what I've discovered.
Oh, what did you find?
What, from the report of Captain Louis Mellon, June 1789. Dun, 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 dun.
That's the right year.
When we arrived, the feast was still in progress. Oh dear God.
Uh-oh.
I can't read this to you. I'll continue.
Well, read it into the record at
I'm reading
least.
it into the record, but not to the lady.
All right, plug your ears, lady.
Yeah.
When we arrived, the feast was still in progress.
Go.
Men and women were running like rabid dogs.
What?
Rabid dogs.
Scandalous.
We chased them out, arresting the ones who were not able to vouch for themselves. How do you vouch for anyway?
Yeah.
I sent
I don't have any pants on. I don't have my ID with me.
I have no vouchers.
Know your birthmarks.
Right. I sent 6 men to capture the Count while I entered the chambers beneath. I cannot bring myself to describe what I saw there, save that we had entered a cesspool and it was hell. God protect us.
Do you mean a literal cesspool?
I don't know what he means. I wish he had been more.
He couldn't
specific.
describe it.
Yeah.
Couldn't say.
Oh, no. Next paragraph.
There's
Next.
more.
All right. Many devices of torture lay in many chambers. One of my men found a strange Nuremberg virgin, which was locked. Fearing to find a fresh occupant, we smashed it open and found it to be empty.
Oh, good.
It was a dark day when noble vermin such as Fenelic did descend upon Poissy, and if God does not punish him for his sins, then the king surely will. It was with a just heart that I did give the order to burn the house and those who remained below. Though the Comte did howl and scream as though his very soul was burning. We then took him to the place that would be his new home, and there may he rot.
What?
His new home, the prison?
Yep. Chateau d'If, maybe, huh?
So the house
sorry.
was burnt. No. You can put it in a little.
Evidence pile.
So like,
Here, read it.
sure.
Stuff.
I just think like, so I'm not there, but
Right,
I'm
but the
trying
voice
to make sense of it. Yeah.
Cloud says.
Mhm.
So basically,
The
like,
hive mind.
so he They arrested him.
They stormed
They stormed
the
it.
Posse.
They got
It's a
disallowed.
disaster
They checked
area.
out the downstairs. There's a whole bunch
Nobody
of
there.
torture and crazy
But there's
shit
nobody
going.
there.
No, I thought they said that
The Nuremberg Virgin.
there was nobody in that,
In that.
but then there were other people in that cesspool or whatever.
There
That,
was a cesspool, and we don't know what that means.
Yeah.
which I think it's a figurative cesspool.
Strange
Yeah.
Nuremberg version.
Uh-huh,
It
strange.
doesn't say, it says strange Nuremberg Virgin? Well, that's interesting.
So I'm thinking there were other torture
It's an extra
devices.
$3,000.
Yeah, in addition to there were some extra torture devices in that thing, and people were being tortured by them. And then the guy was like
Right.
horrified,
Flipped the fuck out.
out, like burned the whole house
Burned it
down,
down.
and the comp was there outside,
Dragged
but
him off.
But he was screaming and
As
freaking
though-
out as though he was being burned
also
alive
hurt. So
because
there's
he's
a
tied to
connection.
the property.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I think that's what I heard. Yes.
What do you
Yes,
think?
lady?
Yes.
What is okay? It's just confusing.
It
One
is.
of my men
Yes.
found a strange Nuremberg Virgin in caps. So this is the
This is a
Virgin
device.
Mary.
And
It's,
What is
it's like
it?
an Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it is an Iron
Right.
Maiden.
Okay, it's an Iron Maiden. Okay.
Oh, Iron Maiden. Okay.
Okay.
And they were
It was
afraid that they were
locked.
going to find somebody in
Right.
there, but there wasn't.
But it was
Thank God.
strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What makes it strange?
We don't know. He's so nebulous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Smash it open. Found it to be empty.
So they stormed it and dragged him away.
Yeah.
So it's the bottom line for our investigation.
Okay. Yeah. Are there any reproductions of that?
yeah, the Nuremberg Virgin,
Yeah.
or even
Yeah.
Even plans of the villa.
yeah. Is there?
Nothing you've turned up?
Oh God.
It was burnt.
Right. It was
But
burned.
maybe there were plans before that.
If it's metal, it might still be there.
I know, right?
Oh, that's true.
In any case, we're at the Louvre.
It's
Yes.
too late. We can't go to Poissy. We don't have time. The
Yeah.
train's leaving.
Yeah.
Well, you can always just, request a later ticket.
No, we've not. We gotta get to Constantinople.
But why?
Like, there's no.
Think about
We
why.
have to go to
No, she's
Constantinople.
got to get to Constantinople, but
But think about why.
I know. No, I know.
Yeah.
But Dorothy doesn't want to know.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's gonna piss her off.
I get what you're doing. Yeah.
All right.
I get it.
So that's all that they found out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're at the Louvre.
Okay.
So let's find that painting that Lady Cynthia was transfixed by yesterday.
we are in it.
So there's more people, obviously, at the museum.
Well,
Than when we were
relatively,
there
yes.
before.
Yeah. It's not like
Closing time.
herds of people, but
No.
yeah.
it's eating A.
Mm, yeah.
Maybe perhaps hire some sort of escort.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Hey.
Sure,
So we
sure.
have a painting in mind, yeah. So if you want fans take the lead on that, that's
Yes. We were here late yesterday and didn't have a chance to. We spotted a painting. It was actually called an unfinished sketch, found in Queen Marie's possessions.
yes.
And we didn't have sufficient time to examine it because the Louvre was closing. So we wanted to see if you could lead us back there and maybe tell us a little bit more about the piece itself.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I know the piece you're talking about. I don't know too much about it, though. But,
Well, anything you can uncover.
Yes.
Do you know? Are there any other curators here that may know more about it?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Why is it in the museum?
Yeah. Why is it?
Well, you have to understand that things come into the museum's collections that we don't necessarily know the provenance of.
Right, but my understanding of museums is that when a piece comes in, then it's combed over pretty thoroughly before it's presented to the public.
That's right.
Yes, well, everything we know, he's kind of walking with you, and you get to the painting, and he says everything we know is on the tag there. It was in the Queen's possession. We do not know who painted it, as it is unfinished and unsigned. We do not know who it is. There's
May I
no
take a
title that was
photograph
written.
of it?
Of course.
All
And
right,
there's-
so take a couple pictures of it.
And there's nothing. You said it's unsigned, so there's nothing on the back. I know sometimes artists, occasionally write like the name of what their piece is on the back. or-
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, may I ask where you are inquiring?
Well, I'm a journalist from the United States, and Mr. Victorson here is an art collector.
He's extremely famous.
He's an extremely famous, and he's an art collector, and so he's very curious about this artist and seeing if there are any other paintings, perhaps in this country, by this particular painter.
Okay, I'll need a fast talk roll, please.
Ooh.
All right, baby.
65.
Nice.
You're in it.
Journalist.
Oh, that is extremely hard, amazing success.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
All right, check it. And so he signals a couple of the security guards to come over and hoist the painting down.
Very nice.
Good work.
Coming through.
And you all get a good look at the back of the canvas. It's
Anything?
aged and yellowed and nothing written on it.
Well, we thank you for taking those pains to do that.
Yeah, we very much appreciate it.
Anything for a beautiful lady.
Oh.
Ooh! Welcome to France.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he looks like a walrus, by the way.
Oh,
so
good. I love
Sexy
walruses.
walrus.
sexy walrus.
So I think
The return of the sexy walrus.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of, I'm like perplexed. I don't know, like I'm perplexed.
Yeah, I'm at a loss myself.
You're okay.
All right.
Well then, are you sure there's no one else? Eyelashes blinking, whatever, batting my eyelash.
Lashes batting.
Oh, whatever, God, horrible. Is there anyone else who might be able to help us identify this painting a little bit more specifically?
Or maybe some information about when the piece was brought into the Louvre.
Yes.
That we can look at.
Excellent.
Just give me a few moments.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yeah.
Jen, you said you were looking for Sedefkar stuff specifically. You can make an occult or a luck roll, your choice.
I do not have a cult. I'm not an
you
occultist.
did.
I'm an archaeologist. I'm not an
Yeah,
occultist.
but I thought, oh well.
Doesn't deal in that.
50% an occult.
Yeah.
You see, you don't get into the higher levels of archaeology unless you completely disavow the occult.
Right.
And
You've heard of Pazuzu, and that's about it.
I mean, we had someone with 100% in the cult.
Yes.
And she decided to go off on multiple real life
Gone
adventures.
mad.
Yeah, real life
She's gone mad.
She has gone
Mad, I tell you.
I know, God.
She'll be back on the 9th.
Looks we keep bringing her.
Yeah.
I failed my luck.
Failed your luck.
Failed my luck.
Okay.
No.
What?
I failed my luck. Failed my luck.
I get it.
Can I try again?
Nope.
God.
Now,
ladies and
all right, so you failed your luck. So all you really turn up is a reference, looking for things about simulacra and whatnot.
I got archaeology.
Yeah, no, you turn up a
Library use.
reference to an illuminated Latin manuscript called the Devil's Simulare.
Oh.
It's a book.
Oh. Who'd have thought?
Not me.
No.
It was written by an anonymous Cistercian monk around 1260.
Wait, I thought you said nasturtium, like a...
An anonymous nasturtium.
An anonymous nasturtium wrote it.
Oh, best.
A little...
Cistercian,
All right.
around 1260, bound as a book in Venice in 1505.
Yep, New Venice is coming to this.
Considered apocrypha and the work of a mad cleric.
Good. Good.
Love it.
The only known copy was kept in the Church of San Maria Celeste in Venice.
Love it.
Was?
That's the last known reference to it. That's all you can get on a failed luck roll.
Very good.
Yep.
That's pretty damn good. That's... Imagine if you made it.
I know. Well, sorry.
No, what's her name? No, it's the
Sorry.
The Church of San Maria Celeste.
In Venice, 1505, apocrypha.
And I think that's our next stop after the next.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
Let's see. You're going through. You're going through.
So we got a line on something to do when we're in there.
We do.
I don't. Like the train stops for more than 10 minutes. I don't know. We have to get off. Get on.
Well, that's the thing, though, is you can. That's what I'm saying. Is you can, as long as you have a ticket,
right.
you can. It was just that the next train departing was Wednesday. So
provided we don't have
if you guys want to spend exactly, well, you can even have your bags taken off, and then
store them right there.
yeah, put them at the station,
Yeah.
come back, or get a hotel.
There is a compelling case for going to Poissy and seeing
The site.
what we can see.
Yeah.
What's there now?
You can actually list the places where you're going to stop.
Okay,
Where
great.
that you do
Yeah,
stop.
I know.
Good.
Here's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's been the elephant in the room this whole time. It's fine.
What elephant?
The
Say it.
Spill it.
Poissy.
You're gonna go see the Poissy. All right, so
See what we can Poissy.
It went back to being good.
Yeah,
He did. He saved it. He saved it.
Yeah,
One
he
day.
tried to shame us, but we stuck with it.
I did honestly. Dopey.
He's going for clean punning and then
clean punning.
Well done.
Well done.
Then what happened?
then we happened.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
So,
Okay, so-
yes.
So good. Thank you, Remy.
We.
All right.
So that's basically the day's researches.
Well, no, they said that we could find out where the.
Oh, sorry, left you guys hanging. Okay, No.
Provenance is
The provenance.
Yes.
All right. Well, the provenance is basically that it was, part of the queen's possessions
Right.
after she was executed.
All right.
That were seized by the state.
So, all right.
That's
Not helpful.
well,
What year was that?
1789.
1789.
Da-da-da-da.
Well, yeah, she wasn't executed in 1789, but her stuff was seized. I want to say mid 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
She hung on for a while.
Yeah, because that was like the next level escalation.
Yeah.
It's like the Bolsheviks killing the Romanovs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, hey, now it's just a revolution, guys. It's okay. And then it's like, no, we got to kill the old. Oh, okay, we're going there. Okay.
Kill everyone. Oh,
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, taking it. Yeah. Taking it.
And then her little dog was in her sleeve.
Yeah.
She's just a person.
93.
93.
All right.
Okay.
Thelemic.
Mm-hmm.
Very thelemic of them.
So, okay. Basically, your walrus friend comes back. What's French for walrus? Do you know?
No, I don't know walrus.
Damn.
Wow, that's extreme.
Walrus.
I think it's
Monsieur Morse.
Extreme.
Google that super fast.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, go.
Monsieur Morse.
Oh.
You got it. Good job.
Yeah, Morse. Like Morse code.
Yeah.
I like that.
Walrus code.
So everyone's been saying walrus code this whole time.
Monsieur Morse.
Who knew?
So Monsieur Moore.
Monsieur Morse comes back and says that it was part of a inventory including paintings, snuff boxes, wine, silk clothing, and incomplete statuary.
Think of a statuary.
Can we? Do you have any of that statuary?
No, ma'am.
What was the statue? What were the statues made out of? Was it metal or were they?
Were there any sketches made of the statuary?
Let me see what I can find.
I'm wondering. Now I'm thinking about the. I know you didn't. Well, I didn't read that thing, but if there are metal.
Right, of course.
If there's a Nuremberg Virgin that they have.
Yeah.
In stock. Anything on.
have a Nuremberg Virgin in stock.
Or something that's in pieces.
Right.
Right. That's right. Unfinished.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so he comes back after about a half hour or so and says, says that the only records they have on these statuary pieces are that they never made it to the Louvre.
Oh, great.
So, presumably they were sold, taken off. There is a note here that some of the inventory was taken by the army of Napoleon in 1797 when he marched to Venice and Trieste.
Trieste.
Venice.
In Venice.
Okay.
It's our man.
All right.
It's all leading us to Venice.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you so much.
Of course.
I mean, do I tip you?
No, please, no. Yes.
But we are very appreciative.
Americans always show their true stripes.
Oh boy. I win this bottle of Chateauneuf de Pape.
Yep. Wow. Okay. Well, no. Thank you again, sir, for your help.
So, that is the day's researches. Question is,
Right.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
do you want to check out Poissy? Do you want to do some more researching?
All right. So, as we're having dinner, so we're having dinner.
You're having an animated dinner at the hotel.
Yeah. And I'm like, we have to get on that train. We have to get on that train. We just have to get to
Aren't you
Constantinople.
enjoying being here? We're in Paris. This is amazing.
And we're going to Poissy.
It's fine, but I just feel like we just need to be getting to Constantinople.
Well, to be fair,
I heard that, Max. I heard that, Max.
Oh my God.
To look at things from Dorothy's perspective, there are potentially other parties moving against us.
Yes, I'm not against Dorothy's perspective at all. What could we possibly learn if we went to
Simulacrum was dismantled here in the city. That's right.
And we did learn that
Dismantled at his mansion, actually.
In Poissy?
Yes.
We have to
We
go.
gotta have to
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'm not happy with it. But
No.
Duly noted. Okay.
yeah, no, go to
Your objection has been noted.
what?
Your objection has been noted.
Anyway, it's fine.
You noted it right here.
All right.
indeed. Before I retire for the evening, I'd like to make my way to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a manager on duty or just...
Yes.
Yes, hello. I was at the Louvre today and someone was very helpful to me and I feel that I insulted him. Is there some way that I could send some sort of gift? What would be appropriate to sort of make up for that sort of thing?
All right. So he gives you some advice. You know, give him like a $15 Starbucks gift card. That kind of thing.
Come on.
Oh my gosh. If you want to insult someone in Paris, I think give him a Starbucks gift card.
The Parisian equivalent of a $15 Starbucks gift card.
No, he does not.
Dear
No,
God.
come on.
No. Anyway, he just suggests that you write him a letter of apology, and that the hotel manager will see that it is delivered personally.
Oh, wonderful.
That's nice.
That's nice, yeah.
So I'll write that and
Nice.
Just your autograph at the bottom, though, is...
Yeah, put in a headshot too.
Yeah.
He already said Americans once, so I don't think it's a reminder.
That's great.
Yeah. So yes, I will address it to Monsieur Morse and express my apologies and hand it off to the night manager.
Nice.
Okay.
Delivery to Louvre.
Okay. And so the next morning, so Poissy is 17 and a half miles west of Paris.
That's not bad.
Yep. There's a local train line that runs out there if you want to
Wonderful.
hop on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you enjoy a chilly, icy journey out to the suburb.
Yeah. Well.
You take in a chilly, icy journey, watching the leafless trees flash by.
Of course.
You at one point you actually enter into a dense woodland, where you can actually see animal tracks in the snow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
What?
Yeah. So she impressed.
And then the forest opens up, and you are passing by snow-colored, silent fields.
Yes.
And
Salt fields, I guess, where they grow all the sunflowers.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, I guess they would be. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm taking you on a journey in your mind. All right. All right.
Oh.
Sorry, forgot to crossfade on that.
Oh.
All right.
We're
We're
back
on
to
the
creepy
train.
music.
Wait, we're on the train
I
or?
thought it was going to be fun out there.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this creepy country music?
Creepier.
There's no such thing as pastoral music in Call Cthulhu.
Creepy country music. I heard some creepy country music at Office Depot. It
I
was
bet you did.
some terrible country song where it actually had the line, "My love for you went viral."
Oh.
No.
Yeah.
That's gross.
I almost fled screaming from...
They got a cream for that.
I know, right? With the right cocktail of drugs, you can manage that. It's okay.
Yeah, do the long.
It's no longer the
What's
death
about
sentence
this
it once
swiping?
was.
Swiping right? Is that right? Is
Oh
that
yeah, swiping right.
Isn't that
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah,
No, it's a...
that was probably also in that.
in that same song?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
It's apparently a thing.
Yeah.
So,
My students, that's how I know things.
all right. So,
right.
do we arrive?
So you wind through small suburban towns and hamlets.
Beautiful.
And
Quaint.
yep.
Yeah.
And then the track kind of like comes up to meet the Seine, and you're just basically paralleling the river.
Oh, that's
Wow.
That makes up for the cold a little bit.
Yeah, although it's gray as slate under these cloudy skies, but whatever. It's got a certain stark beauty to it, I suppose.
Got business to handle.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Well, this is where Seurat would come out to paint,
Oh, really?
but not this time of year.
No.
Okay, and so at last the train chuffs into the station, At Poissy. What?
Chops.
Good.
What, my Obama impersonation?
No. Oh, I didn't know you were talking about
It chuffs in. And
no, it wasn't explicitly
Good.
That is good. Yeah.
Malia. Alright, so
Wow, that's really good.
thank you.
I'm impressed.
Alright, so here's the town and the station in the foreground. Poissy. Okay, so it has this kind of wide village square adjoining the station, and a large cafe, restaurant, and hotel. Quite bustling, this town.
Bustling, you say?
It is?
Yeah.
Busy.
Busy.
Busy bustling.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
So I'll go to the. Is there an information desk at the train station?
No, it's basically just a one platformer, but around the perimeter of the square there's a bunch of 3-story buildings, some recent. You spot a grocery that says Depuis 1420 or whatever 1420 in French is. So yeah, a 500-year-old grocery store.
Wow.
Jesus.
There are a couple gendarmes on horseback.
Ooh, I'll stop one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Just step right in front of the
Excuse
Fleurs.
Hey!
Excusez-moi.
Hello.
So he tips his
I
hat to
probably
you.
don't speak any English, so I'm going to use the guidebook.
Oh, okay.
Nous cherchons la maison.
Derriere.
My lord.
Oh yeah.
Maison Fenelique.
Whoa.
One word out of that.
Yeah.
Nein, Fräulein, ich verstehe nicht. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. It's 1940, shit!
Occupied France.
Haha, we're playing Octoon Cthulhu, haha! So yeah, no, he apologizes that he doesn't know. But he points you to a building that says Pharmacie de la Gare, and then underneath it says English chemist.
De la guerre or de la gare?
De la Gare.
Oh, okay.
Yes, not a war pharmacist.
Oh, he's not a pharmacist.
Pharmacist de la Gare,
He's not a war pharmacist.
Okay.
not de la Gare.
Station.
Okay.
But yeah, it says English chemist underneath.
I need more drugs. Not kidding.
Did you get through your laudanum already?
Going through the laudanum already?
No.
No, but
This isn't joke. Are you alive?
Yeah, I need to take care of myself.
I see I'm going to have to post laudanum rules to go with the opium rules.
Yes.
All right.
Rules.
We're gonna get through all the drugs in this campaign.
Yes.
Do they have any marijuana?
Yes.
All right. So,
All right.
so you have multiple reasons to go into the chemist then, in other words.
Yes.
All right. So you can go into this chemist shop. It's, your classic old style chemist. George Bailey's working there,
Okay. Quelqu'un, s'il vous plaît.
Yes, madame, I speak English. You do not have to mangle the language. So that actually happened to a guy I knew.
It happens every time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's almost better to learn English than to have someone speaking French terribly.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just like no.
Stop. All right. So he says, "How can I be of assistance?"
Yeah, well, this is Poissy.
Yes.
Okay.
Good point.
Good. Yeah.
Sure.
No, that's
We're in the right
to start.
Yeah, exactly.
We're looking for.
It's so British. I'm sorry, this is Poissy, isn't it? Even though there's like a huge sign that says it, I can't read that alphabet.
Just trying to make sure.
Looks like
Yeah.
Poissy. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Poisings. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
we're looking for a Maison Fenelique. Does that ring a bell?
No.
What?
Is that a
What's it going to be called? What
existing site?
It's more likely a ruin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very old.
Oh.
Well, at least old by American
Maybe it's a
standards.
library now or something completely
It
unrelated.
was burned about the same time as the revolution.
Ah, very good. Well, yes. My apologies then. You'll want to go to the town hall. They have all the archives there.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Great.
great. Yeah.
Archives. Love it.
Wonderful.
Archives of
Yes, see.
Yes. Please. Can I get a little?
And then you get what? What do you want?
I just want
Can I
some
get a
London.
taste?
I want some London.
That was real.
Want some more London?
Okay. He sells you a bottle.
Okay, get another.
So you got 2 bottles of laudanum.
And that's like an 8-month supply? Is that?
That's at least 4 months if the other one was 2
Yeah.
months.
So,
Oh, okay.
So 4 days. Yeah.
yeah, 4 days.
What?
No, I'm kidding. Depends on how hard you're hitting it.
3 days.
I'm not hitting it
Yeah,
that
but
hard.
we're not headed towards
I am
Constantinople.
preparing myself. Yeah,
Okay.
we're not. And,
All right.
well,
Has issues.
I need to deal with my stuff. So.
Yeah.
All right.
So sad.
If he loses it, then yeah.
Go to the town
He wants
hall.
to go into a coma.
All right.
Yeah, please.
To the town hall.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So that
Yes.
dreaded moment has arrived. We're going to need a successful French roll.
Oh.
I don't speak any. I definitely don't.
Francais. Well, maybe we.
Why didn't we bring Renae with us?
He was a damn communist. That's why.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Smell of him.
Nobody else is French.
No, just you. Up to you, lady. Come
Just you,
on.
madam.
Come across.
Oh! Oh, yeah!
Check that, friend.
Yeah!
What you got?
Bought 2.
What?
Spend 1 month to crit that shit.
Well, you can't spend luck to crit, but that's an extreme. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Lady.
All right. Well, normally it says you need a fast talk or charm roll, but I'm going to say with that French roll, you basically,
Yeah, I just walk in like
yeah.
native speaker. Just kidding.
It just things just line up perfectly where everything they ask you, you know exactly what to say without hesitating. So you come across as like, someone who's a native speaker, basically. Yeah.
Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-mingler.
Okay, so you are granted access to the records.
Yay!
Huzzah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll need library use rolls, please. You can all make
Son of
them.
a bitch.
Lost my dice. All right.
No.
Nope.
Oh, a 6.
Yes, Max.
That's a hard success.
It is.
Excellent. Check that library use if you haven't already. And all right, so you're all rooting around in different parts of the archives. Downstairs, there's a guy with there's just this probably like Algerian guy just sitting at the desk, and he's got like just expanses of dandruff on his shoulders, and he's eating mustard straight out of a jar, like just licking it slowly off a spoon.
From life, isn't
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Something like that
Can't
could
make that
only be from life.
it? Yep. Good stuff.
LA City Archives, baby.
Okay.
All right. And he says basically nothing to like you have full reign of the archives.
Not getting in my way.
He's totally into that.
He's into the mustard.
Yeah.
It's real.
Well, my version is it was mustard packets, and he'd put them in his teeth and then like pull it out, and like the mustard would go into his mouth as he's.
I should try that.
Yeah.
I've never done that. It might be good. You could be onto something.
Yeah, don't knock it, right? Yeah,
You just don't
that's
know.
true.
Yeah.
I'm knocking it.
You're not.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, my taxes paid his salary.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Anyway, yeah.
All right. So Max, you turn up a reference to the villa.
It
Yep.
existed.
It existed. Basically you find the property manifest for that.
I'm really good at that.
You are, aren't you? And so not only do you find the location of the former mansion, the former villa,
Yes.
but the current address of the building that stands over the ruins.
Oh.
Nice.
It is owned by one Docteur et Madame Christian Lorient, located at number 6. Enclos de l'Abbé.
Number 6. Oh.
6.
6. Oh, sorry.
Enclos de l'Abbé.
Perfect. All right.
Forward, troops.
Yeah, but does it mention how we might find them? Do they have any favorite? I don't
Maybe
know.
they're being actively haunted.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Or maybe they're part of the legacy of him.
Maybe they don't know they're
Maybe
being
they're part of the cult.
Don't.
We just don't know.
Nope.
Let's go find out.
Let's go sort it out.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We're heading over.
All right. So some quick asking around points you in the right direction. You have to head back towards the train station, cross the tracks, towards a rather grandiose church. Poissy is the birthplace of the Saint Louis of so many place names. The church called the Collégiale Notre-Dame de Poissy, built in 1140, and contains a worn font for Saint Louis, worn from the belief that scrapings from the font when drunk with water would cure fevers. So you pass through the former convent of the Ursulines, now a prison. You see wives and families of those imprisoned stamping their feet and blowing on their hands as they wait outside for admittance to visit
Grim. Pretty grim.
the inmates.
Isn't that London?
Yeah. Seriously. There you go.
You continue making your way along the cobblestone streets of the town, passing through a stone archway in what was once the enclosure of the Abbey of the Dominicans. And you're starting to walk kind of out of town.
Yeah.
This is getting depressing.
Love it.
You're passing by older buildings and mansions, interspersed with park-like vegetation and age-old trees,
All right, well, that helps.
Just thinking of Las Vegas, New Mexico.
basically.
Yeah.
All
Only
right.
better.
Yeah, much better.
And then you find number 6. It's a house surrounded by a large crumbling brick wall. Looks to be of 18th century work. The walls are in part supported by massive climbing rose bushes, which cover them.
That's a problem. That's a problem right there. We gotta cut these rose bushes back.
It's a violation.
Well, they've actually already been pruned, but for the winter.
Okay.
Oh, so they're maintaining the property.
Yep.
That's excellent news.
But they look twisted and knotted like barbed wire vants.
Interesting. Or maybe they're infected with the spirit of the place.
Maybe.
Through the gateway, there's no gate, just the arched
right.
gateway. You can see a small 2-storied brick house. Here it is in the summertime.
Small, huh? A
Well,
little tower in the back.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So it's a doctor who lives here. Is there any kind of a plate or anything
Very
like a
small.
bell?
It's minuscule.
nothing at the gate, no.
At the gate. All right.
You see smoke rising from the chimney.
Oh hell, there's somebody home.
There's some light spilling from the windows.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Nice digs.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
It's haunted.
So shall we head up to the
It's
door?
so haunted.
It's so very haunted.
Well, no, wait a minute. I want to walk around the back before we go to the door.
Okay.
Scoop it up.
Okay.
All right.
Creep around the back.
Okay.
Do I see anything interesting in the back door?
Let's see.
A horse carriage drive? Or yeah.
Yes.
Regular. Okay.
Yes. All right.
So the house itself is old.
Yeah.
You know, it's maybe 150 years
Right. They rebuilt it after.
or 100 years.
After the other one broke down. Traps on the same foundation.
The basement.
The
We gotta get to
basement.
the basement.
Yes.
Could be something.
Yeah.
All right. So you go in. There's some trees. There's a decorative pond.
Right?
Nothing unusual. No. Yeah.
Frozen.
Well, frozen at this point. But
They're sleeping at the bottom.
There's
Right, right, yeah.
right. That's it.
All right. Yeah,
A
delicious.
massive tumorous koi.
Yeah.
Shall we walk up to the door?
All right.
Sure.
Yeah. Knock, knock, knock.
Okay.
I
Yep.
want to get to Constantinople.
She's leaving.
Oh, yeah. She's motivated.
All right. So.
The roof is in terrible shape.
All right, so you knock. There's a brass knocker. 30 seconds passes. The door swings open. There's a man of middle years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like maybe mid to late 30s.
That's the man, maybe.
And just wearing casuals. He's got a vest and his shirt's unbuttoned a little bit. Cardigan. Yeah. And he kind of like looks over you all and says, "Oui."
Êtes-vous le médecin? Are you the doctor?
Oui, yes. Anglais?
S'il vous plaît.
Please, yes, come in. So he kind of backs up from the door. You see there's a young girl about 3 years old, kind of behind his leg, peeking out. You know, she's got one of those smock dresses on. You know,
She's adorable.
yeah, little rosy cheeks.
Oh my god.
You know, honey blonde hair.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So he says, "Please come in. I'm
By the spirit of the Comte.
I'm Dr. Laurent." Yeah, she'll murder you all in your sleep.
Exactly.
What else could you do?
What else could she do? I'm Dr. Laurent. Please,
excellent.
please, entrez.
Oh, you're so hospitable. Thank you so much.
Yes. No, please. You know. So he indicates a door to his right that gives way to a sitting room. There's a couple couches, fires going.
Wow.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
What day of the week is it? When did we stumble into this guy?
it's Wednesday.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, sir.
Yeah, you know, it's mid-afternoon at
He's
this
very
point.
trusting
So.
to just invite us in.
Well, this is Vance Victorson. Maybe he knows Vance Victorson.
Do you recognize Vance?
Mr. Victorson.
Doesn't seem to,
He
no.
does not seem to.
Just wait till his wife shows up.
That's our
I'm a very widow, but anyway. So, sir, we appreciate your generosity in allowing us into your home. We've come here more from an academic research slant.
So he's over at a service table and he's pouring some coffee.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I never leave.
We found out that this home used to be
On the site
the
of.
site of. Well, Max, you could probably.
Yeah, well, you know, we're doing some research at the National Bibliothèque regarding Comte Fenelon.
I see.
And it appears, as I'm sure you know, this site was where the Comte's infamous castle,
Mansion.
yeah, estate was just prior to the revolution. And in our researches, which are significant to the security of England, we are interested in having a look at your basement.
And France.
His friends.
Oh, well, and he's kind of handing out the coffee.
Yeah.
You know, this house does not have a basement.
Are you sure?
Yes, quite sure. I mean, we only bought the property about a year ago,
Oh, he doesn't know.
Are you, so, do you know about the history of
but no, this is
Did you
fascinating
ever
news.
wonder about the fence?
Well, I had noted the older fence, yes, but I'm sure as you saw, there are many old structures around here.
That's true.
That's true. You are very lucky to be living amongst such fascinating ancient history.
Yes, well, it's yes. Yes, as you know, it is a land rife with such things.
Indeed.
So, I know it's a strange request, but could we look around? And we have credentials we can show you.
Yes.
Have your,
I have my Oxford New School ID.
to prove where we.
Certainly.
I'm a theological student.
Forgive me, you didn't send a letter here some months ago.
Perhaps. What was it?
Let me
Associates.
see.
Oh my God.
I've been meaning to write back, and he kind of like heads into another room, and he's sort of shouting, back to.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Meanwhile, the little girl has been kind of keeping to her, like watching you all, but she comes over to Lady Cynthia,
Yeah.
and just kind of like puts her hands on your knees, like looking up at you,
Aw, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Comment allez-vous?
Kittery.
Oh, vous êtes adorable.
So she's like,
Your sleeve. Let's take
All
All right.
right.
So you hear him from the other room like, "Aha! I found it!" And maybe it's his shout or something, but Kittery basically sort of jumps, and she knocks your coffee saucer
Oh,
that you're
okay.
holding, and,
Yes.
and so some coffee spills out.
Oh.
So some of it splashes on you, and some of it splashes on her.
Oh, no.
And so it hits her on her left arm, and,
Oh,
and
goodness.
you know, and it soaks into your skirts or dress or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's not like he had brewed it earlier, so it's not piping hot.
Okay.
But she starts screaming.
Oh my god.
You know, it's like ah!
I'm gonna grab a handkerchief and put it on her arm.
Yeah. So he comes running back in. You know, what happened? What happened?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kitori.
It was
Oh.
an accident.
Yeah, so he sweeps her up and he's looking at her arm and blowing on it and
Okay.
and you see that there's this big livid violet burn basically from where the coffee hit.
That seems out of proportion.
What is in that coffee?
Right?
You've been drinking it.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Do I feel strange?
No?
So doctor, the coffee spilled on her arm. The little girl was startled and it jostled.
Of course. She's a walking accident. Oh, Kitori, and he's kind of like holding her and patting her, and she's sobbing, and he's got the letter in one hand, so he kind of drops
Right,
it,
right.
onto the coffee table.
The opportunity.
And says, please, I need to tend to her. I'll be back soon. So he escorts her out of the room.
Perfect.
Letter.
Yeah.
Grab the letter, Daddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head for the study and see if there's anything in there.
Ooh.
Okay,
All right. So I'm gonna look at the letter.
here is the letter.
Letter, Daddy.
Oh, it's a big one. All right. To whom it may concern, I
I read the address.
50 Rue Saint Etienne, La Seine, Switzerland. To whom it may concern, I realize that I am a complete stranger and that this letter may well mean nothing to you. My name is Edgar Wellington, and I am researching the history of a statue known most commonly as the
Sedefkar Simulacrum.
Son of a gun.
I recently came into possession of an old scroll which presents an intriguing description of the item. Has piqued my interest, and I am now endeavoring to trace the simulacrum.
Oh, we need to make a pit stop in Switzerland.
Yeah. I think it's our next stop.
Oh, excellent.
How convenient.
Oh,
Their
yes.
address.
Excellent.
The name is probably meaningless to you, but through my research I have learnt that the last recorded resting place of the piece of art was in the house that occupied your land in the late 18th century. The statue was a unique Arabian artifact lost during the events of 1789. Its last owner was a German nobleman who once lived where you live today. Please, I ask that if you have heard of any local stories regarding this item, or maybe found any traces of the old house and its possessions on your land which might give a clue as to the eventual fate of the object, would you be so kind as to write to me with a summary of the information? I apologize for the rather strange nature of my request, but I feel that I should pursue whatever leads remaining to me. I hope that you will not go to any great length regarding this. Yours most sincerely, Edgar Wellington.
Yeah.
Do any of us recognize the name Edgar Wellington?
Means nothing to you.
No.
Nothing.
So,
Pseudonym,
this
likely.
fucker's looking for
No,
stuff.
it's an English name, and he lives
Isn't
in
that odd?
Switzerland.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah.
It is odd. I find it odd.
Yeah.
So he's looking for stuff too.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do
Okay.
we say? We can
Well-
say that we're in cahoots with him.
What were you going to respond?
Ooh, what? Oh, the doctor's upstairs.
Oh,
Still
Dr.
tending
the
to
kid.
the-
Oh, that's right.
I'm sneaking into the study. What are you?
You're going to study. So, I mean, we should just say that we're in cahoots with this guy. Any information that he would give,
right.
he can give to
What do you
us,
think?
and we can relay it because we're on our way to Switzerland to
Perfect.
visit with
Yeah. Yep.
him. All right.
Yep.
And we can show him tickets he wants to see.
Yeah,
Or,
I think so.
And there is a basement to this place. They just don't know where it is.
They don't know where
Yeah.
it is, so we have to look for a trap door.
We need something.
Find a
Look
trap
along
door.
the edges of the house.
There's gotta be something. There's gotta be something.
Well, I
Yeah.
think there might be. Wouldn't there be like a trap or a door or an opening in the house that
Maybe
would
an
go down?
exterior cellar
That's
door?
what-
That's what
Yeah.
you were thinking too.
Wood
like
cellar type thing.
Yeah. There's no guarantee that the size of the house will
No,
be
zero.
Yeah, that it
Guarantee.
actually fits with the
No.
original.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So
True.
door could be.
anywhere.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but he has not discovered it. I believe
But
him when he said
and
it.
yeah, but I think like the house that was built, like it wasn't necessarily built on the foundation that
No.
it was originated.
No,
So
could be much smaller, much larger, or probably smaller.
smaller. Anyway,
All right.
That's where we're at.
Very good. So, so Max, you're poking around.
I just want to see what's happening in this study. Maybe there's something.
Okay.
He's lying. If there's a key. I mean, I don't know.
The layout of the ground floor Contains the sitting contains the sitting room. There's a dining room.
Yes.
Okay. There's a dining room. There's a kitchen. There's some dinner on the stove. He's got a bouillabaisse going. You know.
Like you do.
Yep. Smells very nice.
What's the missus?
You poke your head in. You find a mud room with a coal bin and the laundry machine. Pantry. Well, you know, a hand crank.
I see.
You know, pantry. There's like a morning room, parlor. You can make an idea roll.
Oh, I made that.
So no apparent study. There might be one upstairs, but even more so for a French provincial town, no crucifixes, no religious iconography whatsoever. No saints, no portraits, no holy hearts.
He's a doctor.
But still,
Any photos of the
that's
family?
weird.
It is.
A couple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we can see his wife.
There's
Yeah.
a wife.
There's a wife.
It's good, Dad.
Yeah. She's, you know,
Yeah, she's a wife.
she's a wife.
But is it a current picture or an older picture?
There's one that has
The
Kittori
three of
as
them.
a 3-year-old.
So that's
Okay, a current.
Although she should be
Yeah.
at home.
Relatively current,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe she's
But
upstairs.
it's Wednesday, so maybe she's...
It's a 2-story house. Maybe she's upstairs.
she
Maybe
be
she's
working
ill.
on it?
Maybe she's ill.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Yeah.
All right, so there's no religious iconography here.
That's weird.
Very strange. More than strange.
Very curious.
Are there any doors or anything like that looks like could lead to like just trap door? I don't know anything.
Yeah, no sign of any closets.
No closets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so he's still up there.
Well, actually, as you're
Right.
wrapping up your,
Yeah.
you know,
So we're marking
sneaking
the
back into the
wallpaper
sitting
in the
room.
morning room.
Yes,
Yeah.
Peacocks,
you're
really?
you're peeling the wallpaper off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear some creaking on the stairs.
We all rush back to our places and we haven't moved.
Very calm.
So the doctor comes in. He has a woman coming in with him.
yes.
You recognize her from the
This
photo.
is the missus.
Yep, she's about the same age. Hasn't gone so far as to cut her hair short, but does have it pinned up in the fashionably
Sensible,
short,
sensible.
you know, length. You all know that she apparently has some really bad arthritis in her left hand because it's kind of like curled up.
Oh. Yeah.
Was it like that in the pictures?
No.
Really?
So
I love it.
Dr. Lorien comes in and says, "Everyone, this is my wife Veronique."
Awesome.
And she says, "I apologize for not being here to meet you. My arthritis is acting up.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear.
But I would very much like to join you for dinner."
Excellent.
Oh.
Dinner. We're invited for dinner?
Of course.
Oh,
Girls.
lovely. Thank
This,
you, ma'am.
the soup is almost ready. It is getting chilly outside. I could not turn you away.
That's
very kind.
Very
French hospitality.
Wow.
So yes. So this letter that you
Received.
received, we're actually in connection with this gentleman, and we will be meeting him in Lucerne, or not Lucerne, but
That's fine.
Fine, whatever. Yeah.
whatever, in Switzerland shortly. So any information that you have that he's requesting, we are happy to convey to him.
Oh, very nice. So he turns to Veronique and says, "These are the letter. You remember?" And she says, "Oh yes, of course, the letter. Yes, you know." So,
Yeah.
oh, we've been waiting for you.
Let's give you some of this special Zulu.
Yeah. So Veronique takes you into the dining room.
Can we help in any way? Like,
And so Dr. Lorien says, "Oh no, please, I have it. I've become quite the housewife myself since Veronique's arm began afflicting her."
Crockery breaking in the other room.
when
Yeah.
did that
Did that
happen?
start after you moved here?
And so she says, "Yes, maybe about 6 months ago."
Oh dear.
And your daughter, she got quite badly burned from some, well, lukewarm coffee.
Yes, I was able to calm her. She's up in her bedroom right now.
Poor thing.
Has she always been that sensitive to temperature?
No, I can't say she has.
Goddamn demon house. Burn
Yep.
it. Burn
Yeah.
it.
Salt the earth.
Burn it. Salt it.
Burn it.
We're done.
Yeah.
So so
Our cult sense is tingling.
Yeah, no kidding.
Up here.
Yep.
so Dr. Lorien is coming in with the soup, and bringing in some baguettes, and some fresh
There's
butter.
a fireplace, right? You said
Yes,
there's a
indeed.
fireplace? Well, fireplaces, would they lead down into a basement?
Sometimes.
Genius, you.
If you watch Goonies, yes.
And Veronique's, just chatting like, "Oh, do you like the opera?
Oh, we haven't been able to go, actually.
Oh, you must. Christian and I were just down in Paris 2 nights ago.
We just
Really?
missed each other. What a coincidence.
Oh, that's well. Yes, if you're going to be there for a few more days, you must go to the current production, the diva Christina Cavallari.
Making out of that.
She's transcendent.
I'm bristling because I'm just like, I gotta get the fuck out. We gotta get the concept.
The walls are closing in.
Yeah, I was like, I can't stay here.
You're starting to sweat. Make a spot hidden roll there, Dottie.
Oh, yeah.
That would be an extreme success.
Excellent.
Or a hard success.
As Dr. Lorien is serving, ladling soup out into your bowls, you note that he's got his sleeves rolled up. On his left arm, there is a livid purple scar running up his forearm.
Oh my. Doctor, you look like you had gotten injured. You've gotten injured recently.
Oh, yes. Not so recent actually, but it just didn't heal very well. I was pruning the rose bushes and took a bad cut from a thorn, and then it got infected, and
Oh my goodness.
it put me out of commission for a good month or so.
Wow.
Wow, this
Pretty
is.
severe.
Okay, so you got the wife, you got the daughter,
They're
now
all
you got
getting attacked by this house.
left arm.
It's a bad,
Yeah.
The curse on the left arm. What does it mean? What does it mean?
Somebody cut off a left arm.
Left arm. Left arm.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
So Veronique says, "So you've been researching our property then?
Yes.
That's so exciting."
It is exciting. And
Yes.
what you've purchased it so recently. Can you tell me anything about whom you purchased it from?
Yes, we bought it through a buyer.
Oh, really?
Or an agency. An agency, yes. How do you say agency?
Yeah. So you know nothing of whom you purchased it from?
No, it was a third party.
Right. Yeah. So there was no actual contact. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Yes.
Have you always lived in this town, or did you just move here?
Yes. Christian and I met when he was an intern studying in Paris.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I was pursuing art at the Sorbonne.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Do you have any works that you can show us?
Yes, I believe I do. Yes.
Have you painted any since you moved here?
No, my arthritis is just so bad, and I mean I'm right-handed, but when you have the pain in your other arm, it makes it difficult.
Yeah.
I can't hold the palette.
and to focus, yes.
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 To see your artwork.
So she says yes, absolutely, and suddenly there's a scream from upstairs.
Oh, the child.
So can we rush upstairs with them?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you find Kitori sitting bolt upright in her bed. Let's see, you rushed upstairs. Yeah, okay. So her room is on the northeast corner of the house. And she's crying and carrying on in French. You can make a French roll.
Okay. See the
Make it with a bonus die since she's 3 years old.
the 10 die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just pick the best 10s that you roll.
All right. Oh. Yeah.
Anything?
No, it didn't make it though.
No.
Were you close?
No.
No. Okay.
Well, I could.
No.
I could. Could I
No.
Can we push it?
30 points of luck?
No, not worth it.
All right. No.
Not really possible to
It's a
push.
child.
We can always ask her.
Yeah. She's blubbering so much it's hard to
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Veronique starts to soothe her, and Christian says, she thought she saw something out of her window.
Oh, what did she think she saw?
A face. She says a face. So he's standing over at the window, kind of looking out. As you, it is the imagination of a child.
Sure.
There's no ledge. There's no.
Maybe she's feeling left out from the party.
Yes, it could well be.
Could I ask? I'll flip through my dictionary. Visage de qui? Whose face?
So she just says a dead man's.
Yep.
We're on the second floor, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
So,
Maybe she needs something to help her sleep. Let's go. We gotta find this.
Dottie, you wouldn't happen to have anything, would you?
No.
I don't know.
Just-
If the doctor wants to,
Yeah, the doctor.
I'll tell him. I'm like, I have some medication in my bag.
And he says, "Oh, yes, that is fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please, I'm so sorry for all that."
No,
Madame, your
But you've
paintings.
noticed that has her behavior changed quite a bit since you moved here?
Yeah, well, she seems to have nightmares more commonly. Yes.
Didn't you take a picture of the painting?
Yeah,
Do you
I haven't
have?
had time to develop them yet.
That's a great idea.
I know that's a very good idea.
I want to see her artwork.
Unless, did the pharmacy at the hotel have a photo? They have a 24-hour photo.
No.
Yeah, dark.
Yeah, exactly. We have an on-site dark room.
Yeah, no. But good
It's in
idea.
every pharmacy.
All right.
All right, so you head back down with the doctor. He shows you some of Veronique's paintings.
Right.
They're very nice. They're kind of a post-impressionistic style, you know.
See any major changes in her color works?
No,
No, she hasn't painted
but she hasn't painted since.
Stopped altogether.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll ask if is there a place to is there like a photography store in town in Poisson? Not Poisson.
Poissy.
See.
The English the English chemist would I believe may have a dark room in the back.
Okay, so let's do.
How long? Okay, so now I'm getting pissed.
Why?
How long are we going to be staying here?
Oh,
Let's look at the grounds. You have to at least search the grounds for
It is getting dark outside.
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's go after dinner. We're gonna have our smoke outside.
Yeah. And I'm sure they have a torch. We can.
Yep. So you sit down, you start eating.
Bouillabaisse,
Bouillabaisse.
which is delightful.
Delightful. Dr. Lorien said, so you were thinking there may be a basement here.
Yes.
See
Yes.
what's around.
Yes.
Simply by the age, even if it was a ground floor, it would be a basement today.
Of course. Yeah, I did find it curious there was none.
Yeah.
So he, you've kind of gotten through your meal mostly, and
Great, because it's untouched, right?
he clears some dishes out of the way,
Yeah.
grabs one of Veronique's unused sketch pads and flips it back and starts, smoking and sketching in the layout of the
floor plan?
property.
Of course.
So he says, well, these are the old walls here, this is the pond, this is the house. So anyway, everyone has navigate.
Yeah, we roll.
Try. Yeah.
Or archaeology.
Oh, that'd be me.
C'est moi.
Oh yeah, big win on that one.
Great. Check your archaeology.
Excellent.
All right. So you're like, there's the old walls. Here's where they built the house. It's probably, here's the pond. It couldn't be there.
Right.
It's probably, this is the most likely place.
Right.
And he says, oh, well, yes, that is where the large oak tree is growing.
Oh.
Really?
Carol.
Gross.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
The
So.
oak tree.
It's gonna make digging really difficult.
Yeah.
So
Have they ever thought of anything strange about that oak tree?
Yes, exactly.
Anything like the roses?
No, not so much, no.
Let's go look at it.
Let's go. Let's go.
All
Do you
right.
have a torch? I'll ask him. Do you have
He has some lanterns.
Yeah.
Paraffin
I'm gonna
lanterns.
stay behind with Veronique,
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask her about the lack of religious, because we've noticed so many religious things in Paris.
She says, yes, well, Christian and I are Protestants.
Oh. Yes. Oh, I understand that.
So it's, yes, not something we wish to bandy about in town, but,
Sure.
Interesting. Well, your secret's safe.
I'm not saying anything.
1789.
Although I think it might be good to have a crucifix up in this.
up in this mug.
What if you did? What would happen? I wonder.
Holding his clothes
The left arm would fall off.
Yeah.
With the
Disintegrate?
So, out in the backyard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the failing light, you've walked to this oak tree.
Yes, let's just survey the grounds.
So you're looking around. A cold wind is rising up.
Great.
It's unusual that the tree,
The tree doesn't look too unusual, although there is kind of a divot in amongst the roots.
Oh.
Yeah.
A divot, you say?
Mm-hmm. To a trained archaeologist's eye, it could well be
There's a reason.
a subterranean feature.
Let us probe.
So Christian's actually kind of getting into it, and he says,
Most
yeah,
Europeans are kind of thrilled by the notion of
that they might be living on ruins. Yeah. So he's like, I'll go get the shovels and picks, you know. So he returns with his like armload
There's
of,
no TV. What are you gonna do?
Pretty much.
you know. So he's got spades, he's got shovels, he's got crowbars, he's got some chains.
He's in it to
He's
win.
in it to win
Yeah,
it.
let's
Do we have
do
like a
it.
long probing pole?
There's a yep.
Yes.
All right, a 10-foot pole. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, so Vance and Max start digging.
Digging.
All right. So Veronique's like in the kitchen, like,
Yeah, we're both.
what are they
Yeah,
doing
we're
up
looking.
there?
So,
I think they're digging.
Clods of earth flying up, you know.
Cynthia's pointing.
Yeah.
Like every like, would you say
examine
like,
the soil.
Yeah.
so we'd say like every 6 inches down, we try to take the pole and like maybe knock it down, see if there's like an empty space.
Yeah.
Okay. You dig about 6 inches down, you put the iron bar in there, and you hit stone about a foot below the soil.
Whoa.
Well, there we are.
Close.
Yeah.
Let's continue excavating.
Yes.
All right.
Stay in your business.
More dirt flies. You know, the cold air is actually good for this physical labor until your clothes soak through and then you start freezing. But anyway,
Yes. Good point.
and so you, after 10 minutes or so of digging, you have revealed what looks to be a stone step.
Oh, wow.
More
What
steps.
does the doctor think? Is the doctor
Yes, what do you
as excited
think,
as we
doctor?
are?
He says, hand me one of those shovels. So you start digging some more. So you start excavating a subterranean stairway.
Yay!
Is it leading towards the tree or away from the tree?
It's leading under the tree.
Under and into.
Oh my.
And so, with about an hour's worth of heavy physical labor,
Oh my god.
Right.
the three of you
Like totally normal for me.
clear away 18 steps.
Whoa.
You are under the tree's root system.
Wow.
There are roots all around you. There is.
Can we wait till morning?
I wish you wanted the house lady, please.
It's pretty cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's going to, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she wanted- all right.
There is a steel door at the bottom of the stairs.
Vance!
So I'll need a strength roll from whoever wants to crowbar.
What's your
If
strength?
40.
50.
That's it.
all right,
Back in
you can get a
tools.
bonus die because she'll be getting help.
All right.
All right.
Nope. 87.
Whoa!
Put your bonus die.
Yeah, bonus die was 87.
Would you roll a 97 too?
Yep.
Wow.
For real.
I just got this image of Zoolander, you know, he's huge and muscular and he has the pick in his hand, he's like,
Well, he's pretty.
Oh Jesus Christ! Christian has a strength of 75.
Oh, jeez.
nice.
I'm gonna leave it up to him. Yeah,
Yeah.
move it.
His child.
All right, he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loosened it for him.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep telling myself that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I do have my eye on the time. We're very close to being done, though.
Oh,
No worries.
Okay, so he leverages the bar into the steel door, and this cold, damp rush of air comes out,
It's all dark. It's even darker.
and it's pitch dark. Pitch dark.
It's some torches.
Oh, you got your lanterns.
Yeah.
You got your lanterns.
Yep.
Vance, should I go get Dottie?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh yeah, she's totally mentally and psychically prepared for this.
Dottie,
I have my
this is,
flash. I have my
Dottie,
flash
this
bulbs.
is Doctor
Yeah, we need to take pictures.
and Lady. We've opened up the cave.
What?
The door?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, so I grab my camera and flash bulbs.
Okay.
Going.
All right. So you've reassembled at Al Capone's vault, and you force the.
Posted it live. I'll have you know.
I did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You force the door open, and
Did we do?
the light from your lanterns reveals a hallway beyond.
Oh God.
Is it spidery?
Yep. No, actually, no. Nothing lives in here. It was airtight. Yeah.
Let's take some pictures.
Okay. It looks to be of sound.
When I flash
Yeah.
the light, does
Yes.
it illuminate? Like,
It does. It does. So you're looking down an extended hallway. There's doors down both sides.
oh no.
There's doors.
I have to open each one.
Yes.
Well, some are open already. Some are
Oh,
closed.
good. Oh, thank God.
Does it go past the fence? Like the
It goes towards the fence,
we can't see.
but you can't really tell. Yeah, you'd have to pace it off.
Let's
And,
go. So let's start going inside.
all right.
Yeah.
So
In the ones that are open.
the construction is sound. It's 18th century masonry. There are roots of the tree overhead that have come through nonetheless.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like herniated intestines
Well
coming
said.
down into the
I like that.
coming down into the room.
That wasn't
In
necessary.
case
No,
anyone
it's
needs a little
totally
bit of a
necessary.
It was
flashback
effective,
to the train. Yeah.
You can all make spot hidden rolls.
Yay!
I make it.
Big fail.
I make it. Up 3 for
Whoa!
Do not make it.
All right, those of you who made it can check if you haven't already. Vance, you note, you suddenly realize with a start perhaps, that each terminating root splits into 5 little rootlets, almost like a hand.
Oh man.
Burn that tree.
The whole property just.
Well, that's
Unnerving.
curious. So yeah, I'll point that out. 1, 2, 3, 4,
High 5.
Yeah, one kind of brushes your head.
Like it's living, like it's alive.
No, like as you walk by.
Yeah, but the fact that it's like a hand, it's
It
almost
feels
like...
it's actually
brushing your-
touching.
Uh-huh.
But you know, natural things often have patterns in the stage.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Bilateral symmetry and all that.
Absolutely.
Mhm. The rule of
Exactly
fives.
the tallest person here, so
True.
that's a low-hanging branch.
Yeah. All right. Let's look in these doors.
All right, so
So you're not seeing any wine racks, nor are you seeing old furniture or anything else you might expect to see in an ancient cellar.
Well, I don't think we're expecting to see that in this particular cellar.
No, indeed. Each room seems to be a prison cell.
Oh joy.
Really.
Are there
That is
remains
freaky.
inside of these?
So they have a little window.
No. Or
Well, some of the doors do, yeah.
Okay.
Peeking through,
Yes.
you see a skeleton inside the room as you hold your lamp up, look
the ones
inside.
that are open.
The ones that are open also have like bones, remains of bones.
And clothing.
There's rotted clothing. In one of the rooms you look in, you actually see a pair of skeletons shackled to a wall and to each other.
Yeah.
One is wearing the rotting remains of a wedding dress.
Oh man.
Yeah.
wow.
In one of the
How
larger
nice
rooms,
is it? Does it
One's
look
wearing
like
a
very
tuxedo?
fine dress?
I'm kidding.
Fine.
You can tell the weave, the quality of the weave.
good quality,
Quality weave.
good quality weave.
Taking pictures of all of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
In one of the larger rooms, there is a torture rack, like a literal torture rack,
Yeah.
with a chaise longue placed nearby as if to allow an onlooker to take his leisure as he
That's just disgusting.
watched the person upon the rack.
I mean, you
Yeah,
filled
we
this
do,
all in
we
on
do.
that. You filled us in on those excerpts.
Yep,
so.
there are cages,
With skeletons in them?
a couple, yeah. So I'll need sanity rolls from everybody.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the doctor what he thinks. Right after I
Nope.
go nuts.
Oh, big fail.
That's a
Oh, I made it! I made it!
Woo, close one.
That laudanum. Hand off. Like I don't give a bug. Etc.
Max failed. Lose 3.
Max.
Vance lose 3.
Fail.
Fans.
2.
Wow.
Yes. And so, yes, of course, Dottie, you're using your camera as an intermediary, so you lose nothing.
Here comes the bouillabaisse.
Oh man. We're going deeper into this.
You are going deeper in, and as
What do you think?
he's pretty pale,
Yeah.
and he's just like, oh,
Not excited anymore. Like,
no,
Yeah.
no.
Hold on, we're on.
Perhaps this is a good time to suggest that you might want to move.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know what is
based
going
on.
on.
What obviously your wife and child, and I mean that gnarly scar you had. This place is not safe.
Or healthy.
Let's
What?
keep moving.
Yes.
You note that as the hall disappears into darkness and your eyes have adjusted to the light of the lanterns, there seems to be a secondary source of light coming from the end of the hall.
That's not good. That's not
Very faint.
No.
Not a lantern light,
No.
but
No.
Is it not flickering? Is it flickering?
not flickering.
Oh,
Oh man.
it's nighttime outside.
Is there anything
Yeah.
you can pick up and use as some sort of club?
Well, we have.
Well, you got shovels, picks.
right.
Picks.
You got a big old thing.
You have picks, you have Saxons. Yep.
Got a 10-foot pole? Okay.
You got
Point on the enemy.
Yeah.
yeah. You got that thing that shot through the guy's head and changed his personality. Whatever those are called.
Good.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Right through.
Yeah. All right. So, well,
Where's
there's
it,
a
man?
light. So.
Let's
Lady
go.
Cynthia's gonna look back toward the exit. Is it closed?
Oh, no.
Well, by this point, your lantern light only extends so far, so you can't even see.
Just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But however, a strange mist has begun to rise up around your ankles.
God damn.
That's not
God
good.
damn it.
That mist doesn't
God
good.
damn it.
No.
Anytime there's
No.
mist, it's always bad.
Always bad.
Always bad.
Never good.
No. So,
All right.
mist.
All right, so you press on, and the hall finally terminates in a large chamber. And here's where the source of light emerges.
All right.
Okay, we're bracing
go.
ourselves.
It is a massive rose bush that is growing along the far wall. The roses are in full bloom
Wow.
and are of strange colors you've never seen before. Aquamarine, violet, orange, grass green.
Wow.
They're all emitting a light of their own. The flowers, or the vines rather, have an oily black sheen and are dripping black goo from the thorns.
Nice.
The bush has grown up through skeletal remains,
Poisoned, right?
Your skeletal remains.
which have bent and twisted them into strange poses in death. Flowers are blooming out of empty skull sockets.
Yeah.
And yeah, in the midst of this tangle is a statuary arm, a left arm,
Left arm.
glowing brightest of all.
Wow.
That's
It is
part of the. It's empty.
human-sized,
Um.
and I'll need sanity rolls.
All right.
All right. Fair enough.
Could that be the simulacrum?
I fail.
Like a fragment?
I also
I made
fail.
it. I made it. By 1 point did I make it?
Okay, those of you who made it lose 1. Dottie, you lose 1.
Okay.
Vance, you lose 3.
Oh, Vance.
And Cynthia, you're okay, right? You made
No,
it?
I missed it.
You failed. Oh, okay. 4 points.
I need others.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
6 more in order to go temporarily insane, or indefinitely insane.
All right, so for Dottie, that's gonna kick off another,
It was just 1 point.
but any failed SAN roll.
All right, somebody get catatonic.
Yep.
Well, you're gonna see stuff that's not there. Oh.
No, I'm in my own little world.
Yeah, she's.
Well, actually, you're gonna step forward, and you're taking the statue
Oh,
arm.
what?
You're taking the statue arm out of the bushes.
The bag
Okay.
of roses.
Do I feel? How am I feeling about the arm?
That you need to take it.
Do I? That's it. Just take it. Not destroy it.
No, just take it.
Just take it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Taking the arm.
All right,
And I'm gonna
so
start walking out.
yeah.
I'm leaving. Like
Exactly.
That's what I came here for.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Bye. But I'm not talking at all.
No.
Yeah.
Why'd I?
Totally silent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Taking the arm.
Almost like a somnambulist. Yeah.
Yeah, walking out down the hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Measured steps.
Right.
I will need a dexterity roll as you remove it from the thorny bushes.
Come on, baby.
And so you're scratched, you lose 1 hit point. And a constitution roll then, please.
Can you
Yeah.
spend luck on
Can I
that?
spend luck on the card?
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
How much?
4.
Okay.
Boy.
All right. So she's walking out. Her left arm has been scratched, you know, and is bleeding. You know.
And purple.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
It's angry. It's immediately angry. Yeah.
So I'm just walking down the hall back out to the.
Oh my God.
Dottie?
Says, and no reply.
Yep.
What's the rose bush doing?
The glow is immediately dimming.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just follow her
Yeah, probably.
out.
Okay. Awkward.
I'm gonna pluck one of the roses.
Sure.
Ooh, which color? Which color?
Green?
Green.
A green rose.
Don't know why.
Okay. So, so Dottie walks out with the arm. It is cold to the touch. It is of a ceramic texture. And if you open the box that's been sitting there this whole time,
Is that this one?
Ah!
Should I open it? You want to open it?
No, it's for that.
Box.
What is it?
It's an arm.
An arm!
Creepy.
Wow.
Does that have a magnet on it?
It does.
it very well might.
It does have a magnet.
Because there are other pieces
Yes!
together.
It's creepy.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be your box for collecting the simulacrum.
Yay!
Cool.
So I open the box, it's full of Excelsior, and it has a little
Oh.
metal arm that is like green and iridescent, coated, and
Yeah.
it's just a creepy looking little
Little
arm.
bugger.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know how you made it creepy to the touch, but congratulations.
It is satisfying on every level.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's satisfying on every level.
It's in a little wooden box.
With a crest upon
With a
it.
crest that has, what does it say,
This is
Jen?
Miskatonic U.
Uh-huh.
Item.
Wow.
ZF simulacrum copy. Date 1907. Location Europe. Scale 1 to 7. Unknown author. Not to be exhibited. Original seems to be lost. And then a catalog number.
Nice.
Wow.
Very
Whoa.
exciting. Very exciting stuff.
So bad. Okay, so Dottie's holding this arm.
Cool.
She staggers into the night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going toward the house.
Indeed. So we'll leave it off there.
Okay.
Lady Cynthia's following like, Dottie?
But I will note that you guys finished it in time to catch the Orient Express at midnight if you wish.
Oh.
Can we get Dottie out of the train?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I kind of want to.
I mean, she wants to go.
All right, babe. Yeah, that's true.
There might be some part of me of
What about
like,
the family? Should we try to?
oh, well, they need to
Fine
find
now.
to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of on them at this point.
Check out.
It's on them. What?
Yeah.
I'll make a note to
Wow.
check back up on the family when I'm back in the
Oh, Vance,
France.
you're so diligent.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's try and catch the train and get the hell out of here.
Okay, so you all get 1d4 sand. So
Yay!
don't put your dice away yet.
Well, and I had just done so. What to do?
One.
Ooh. So
Yeah.
if I roll a 7, it's a 3?
No, it's a D. Oh yeah. If it's a 7, it's a 4 actually.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yay.
And I get 3. Awesome.
Damn.
Damn it.
You weren't using it anyway.
Yeah, well, what the hell? Wow. Well, very good.
All right.
Very good game,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep, you got the first
And we
piece.
didn't really get to go on the train.
Well, we will though.
But we're so much closer.
And you're going to be getting on the train at the beginning of next session, so there you go.
Rawr.
Growly.
Are we really though?
Well, there might be more research to be done.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Paris.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Cool beans.